Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back. This is Take It to the Hizzy Fantasy Football. I'm Justin Bruni, your host. This is TITTH number 51. I got Nick Davis with me. Tell him what's up, Nick.
What's up, guys?
Sorry, been a long day, guys. Long day. We're off to a fast start tonight. Thursday night football. We got the Jets and the Broncos stinking it up. Not going to be a great matchup tonight. I'm not excited about any of the props, any of the lines whatsoever. Jets coming into this one, I believe, still as the favorite. Is that right, Nick?
The last I saw that they were the favorites.
Minus 113 to minus 107. Not by much, but it gets the job done. Jets favorited on the money or on the spread. I'm sorry, -1. Broncos +1. Before we get into this game, it's not a very interesting one. We're not very excited about it. Like I said, Adam Gase is in the hot seat. We kind of talked about that a little bit before the show started. Yeah, I was on the Jets to start the day. Once I saw that news that he could be fired as early as tomorrow. See ya, deuces. I'm not touching the Jets. I'm not touching any of this line. If I was a Jets player, if I was Sam Darnold and I heard that, I'd be throwing interceptions all day. Get Gase out of there, ruining the program, ruining the mentality, the culture, all of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of permeated throughout the soul of the team.
Oh,
and
soul of the team.
Yeah, I didn't
getting down to the bones.
I didn't want to say cancer, but they have permeated through the soul of the team, and you can see how just they're not playing to win games, and it doesn't seem like there's any way to fix it besides firing Gase, which we've all been begging for. I would like to see some good football coming out of the Jets. I'd like to see Sam Darnold to at least have a coach that could do something with him. You just heard I don't know if you saw, but Juju was talking about how he would like to have Sam Darnold in Pittsburgh, but he loves Ben. He loves Ben, but they actually
Yikes.
But they play together in USC.
I get you.
So he does have love in the NFL. It's just he's in a very toxic environment. So, I'm very familiar with toxic environments in Washington, D.C. Looking at you, Dan Snyder, Bruce Allen. Yeah. But anyway, I just hope that the Jets are able to start moving forward, man. I miss when Curtis Martin was there, Wayne Corbett, Mo Lewis. Those guys were pretty fun to watch. Chad Pennington was a great thing to watch. When Mark Sanchez actually was good, it was cool to watch.
Fourth quarters.
Yeah,
mostly just the fourth quarters.
Yeah,
but hey, I'm right there with you. I was a Sanchez guy.
Yeah. So whatever. I just hope that Gase does get out of New York sometime soon for the sake of the Jets franchise.
Yeah, absolutely. Not a fan of Adam Gase. Peyton Manning's been keeping him hired since he left Denver. That's just a fact. I don't know what it is. The good boys club there in the NFL, they're just keeping this guy around for no reason. Hasn't had success since Peyton Manning was his quarterback. I don't get it. Absolutely get rid of him. We'll jump into the game preview later. We will dive into some of our props and things that we like. Like I said, first thing this morning, Sam Darnold, 2 passing touchdowns and a Jets win. Broncos passing defense has been really bad, but even saying that in my head, I just felt dumb. I felt less intelligent. So it is what it is. Happens sometimes. But let's jump into some injury talk. How practices are looking this week. It's a really weird week. I guess we should start off with first and foremost the Steelers versus the Titans. So they're all out. They're now on a mandatory bye per the COVID regulations. Titans players testing positive, shutting this one down. I think we had a couple more positive tests today that just took this whole Monday, Tuesday opportunity right out the window.
Yeah, I think it was one player and one official in Tennessee tested positive. I'm not quite sure. It just seems like everybody's delayed. And Justin was saying when I walked in, it seems like the league is delayed in a lot of stuff. It seems like everybody's eyes are averted to what actually needs to be done. They
want to sell some papers. They want to sell some COVID papers because I don't know what it is, but I'm not getting the updates on these guys that I want, or I'm getting mixed reports. Saw a report Will Fuller, for example. Everything was fine, hunky-dory, practice yesterday. Now, wasn't on the injury report. Today, he misses practice. He's suddenly on the injury report. Where did we miss that in the mix? I don't get that. Not really sure. I just feel like a lot of beat reporters, a lot of writers, or especially around the league, all of their eyes are averted to Tennessee and Pittsburgh, and that's just how things took off here in the past couple of days. That's where all the eyes were going, social media, news in general, right? So, hey, yeah, you still got to make money at the end of the day. So,
yeah,
not really sure what as far as like Fuller goes. That backfield. Fuller didn't practice. You might prop up some more value for Randall Cobb. Not really sure about that. Was able to find Pay Dirt last week, a name that I gave you last week. But yeah, I'm not sure if you're plugging them in this week. I'm not. Do you know who they're playing, Houston?
Sorry.
No, you're good. I know you're working on something for me. Texans. Yeah, they're going up against the Vikings. Defense hasn't looked great there. Randall Cobb could be a potential, spot start for you. I'm looking at you, Emron. I think he might need to get into your lineup. Maybe some Rob Gronkowski. I'm seeing a hole there on the roster. I mean, I'm not complaining, but you might want to start that last spot. Maybe Randall Cobb, Rob Gronkowski. I'm not sure yet, but we'll come back to that too. But anyways, Will Fuller wasn't on the injury report yesterday. He's on there today. Pops up randomly. I don't get it. But regardless, not really any deep options that you're playing there. Are you digging into the tight ends? Any Atkins or Fells in Houston?
Negative, Ghost Rider. The only person that
Same
I'm
here.
looking at on the offense is Deshaun Watson, but that's because he is their entire offense.
Yep.
Bob has no one there.
Yep.
I saw a funny meme that had DeAndre Hopkins kind of like staring at the camera, and it just each panel it panned in even more. It was like, oh, it seems like you're having a problem over there, Houston. It seems like you need a top end wide receiver. It does make sense because they do need someone that can stay on the field and can light up the scoreboard as well and be a great target for Deshaun Watson. I'm staying away from everybody for receivers. I would actually, be interested in David Johnson, but we're talking about people on the waiver wire, stuff like that. So no one that's on the waiver wire for Houston is of interest of me.
Definitely not this week, but an option potentially that could be there for you is maybe Duke Johnson Jr. He's trending to play this week. I don't know. I'm not saying to start him this week, but going forward, he could have some assistance there to David Johnson in the backfield.
Mm-hmm.
The old David and Duke combo. Donnie Knox shouting us out from the Dallas airport.
Woo-hoo!
Donnie getting ready to complete Donnie Does Dallas. He's asking about the Ravens backfield. Who's going to get the touches?
Man, I don't know.
You're a Dobbins guy. I'm kind of more of an Ingram guy.
I'm a Dobbins guy.
Yeah, I mean, I like Dobbins. It's just like the whole rookie thing. I just don't ever expect a lot of guys to always take off, especially in a system like that. Unless you just get like Clyde Edwards-Helaire touches, right? Unless you get just like keys to the city, all the wheels to yourself, whatever it is. I'm not sure. Gus Edwards, Mark Ingram, J.K. Dobbins.
I'm saying J.K. Dobbins, like we saw on the few plays that were positive for the Ravens.
Mm-hmm.
Was it Monday night that they played?
Yep.
Yeah, Monday night. So the few plays that were positive, J.K. Dobbins was the option running back on a few of the options with Lamar Jackson. He is the perfect person for that role. They should use that more going forward, even though, it wasn't – they kind of got away from it because they had to pass because they were so far behind.
Mm-hmm.
But that's because Patrick Mahomes can throw the ball 80 yards with the flick of the wrist. So I am still high on J.K. Dobbins. I don't see Ingram taking more of a role than J.K. Dobbins because Dobbins offers more versatility. And he is like, it's kind of weird. Like when you look at him, you see that 27, he kind of looks like a Ray Rice kind of type, but he's way faster and he's more of a receiver than Ray Rice ever was. But I'm more of a J.K. Dobbins guy on that.
Yeah, I think this week, I think Ingram could have a role this week. You got Washington football team, the Battle of Maryland, Battle of the DMV going down, Baltimore versus the football team, whatever.
It's the Battle of 95.
Battle of 95, DMV, Maryland, whatever. I'll take it. I think it's being played in D.C., right? Landover?
I don't care.
It doesn't. Yeah, I guess it doesn't really matter. There's going to be plenty of Lamar jerseys. Well, I don't know if there's going to be Lamar jerseys. I don't know where they're playing, so it doesn't really matter. Anyways, this matchup going to be good for the run. I do think that Lamar will probably come out and pass too, but Chase Young is going to be out, so there's going to be a little bit more value trying to run the ball, a little bit less of a threat off the edges, where we're seeing a lot of that Lamar Jackson, Dobbins, and Ingram kind of veer, right, running the RPO.
Yeah,
we saw that one last week to Dobbins. That was a really clean 6-yard run. Seeing Lamar get the pitch out just as he's going to the ground looks really good. I liked it a lot. But because of that, the way that they run the RPO and the veer, whatever you want to call it, right, you don't know where they're going to hit you from. If Lamar's going to keep it, if he's going to pitch it to Dobbins or Ingram, or, Ingram is definitely the up the middle guy to me. Like, even when Dobbins is being used in the red zone, he's hitting the corners. Like, he's using that speed and that versatility that you highlighted, and he's hitting the corners, going to the numbers, right? He's not really like the, drive the pile type of guy who I think Gus Edwards has been.
Yeah.
Like, Gus Edwards is getting some rack up the middle, and I'm just like, man, forgot about Mark Ingram. Like, what the hell?
So like, this is kind of like bringing back like football strategy, but in like the triple option offense, J.K. Dobbins would be the wing back. Like, you know how the Navy, have you ever seen Navy play?
Oh yeah, I've seen them beat Notre Dame without throwing more than 6 passes.
Oh yeah.
So
in that triple option offense, Mark Ingram would be the fullback. J.K. Dobbins would be the wing back. The wing back gets the more electric plays, the more
has a bigger upside for sure.
Yeah, the more opportunities.
For
sure. So Mark Ingram might get a good amount of snap shares, but they're going to be for 3 yards up the middle.
Hasn't looked great.
J.K. Dobbins is going to be there for 10, 15, 20-yard runs with Lamar Jackson. And, yeah, there might be times where Lamar Jackson takes it more, but that's because the defense is –
That's what he's supposed to do. That's what he's supposed to do. Yeah, literally.
That's part of the offense.
Yeah.
So, but I am going to say that J.K. Dobbins will get those opportunities. It's just Mark Ingram's just going to be that pound the guy and wear them out. That's basically what it is. It's just wearing the defense out. So
I wish they would like actually like, pound the ball into the ground and like beat somebody doing that. But it seems like they always have to revert to, passing the ball. And especially Monday, it didn't work out. Like, I mean, we talked about it before the show about the Mahomes and Jackson comparison. We all 3 of us, you, me, and Emron, shout out Emron, we're all on Mahomes. We all made the argument like, Mahomes is a pass first, Lamar's a run first. There's a difference there. So if you're asking us who the better quarterback is, we went with Mahomes, and it was all the proof you needed to see was there on Monday Night Football for you. The way the Chiefs played Lamar and company was, hey, you can beat us, but you're going to have to pass. And they couldn't do it. I mean, Tony Harbaugh was just out-coached in that one. Give a dub to Reed and the boys. Obviously, Mahomes is having some fun out there. The shuffles to Sherman, the fades to Eric Fisher in the corner. Dear God. That was
taking away. Those are vulture points, Donnie. Talking about vulture points.
Yeah.
Those guys are taking some points away.
Yeah.
I to be honest, I don't see Ingram taking vulture points like that. Like, it's not going to be to the point where you're going to be worrisome about that. But yeah, I do see how Mahomes basically showed that there is a different level of quarterbacking that is available, and he's the only one on that level.
Yep.
Lamar Jackson is exciting, but he has a lot of work to do. The one thing I wanted to say about Lamar is we saw it. I tweeted it. We saw how the Kansas City Chiefs kept the Ravens offense in front of them and basically said, all right, Lamar, you're going to beat us deep, and we're just going to, keep you in front of us.
Try us, please.
He had one shot to Marquise Brown that all he had to do was float it.
You're talking about that bullet pass? He just like sunk right in there. It looked good. It looked like a good throw if there wasn't like literally a DB, right here with his hand. Like,
but like he made it a bullet, so that made it available for that quarterback to get it. I guarantee you, the quarterback that we had in high school, Tron, said he would have easily made that pass, just right over the quarterback and just let Marquise Brown, Hollywood Brown, the fastest wide receiver of his draft class, let him run underneath the ball. Why not? Use the athleticism of your receivers to lead them open, throw them open. That's what that is. And you just
give it some touch. Give it some touch.
And you got to take that next step. Patrick Mahomes is already there. So I will always say, Lamar Jackson is one of the most exciting players in the NFL. But if you want to watch true quarterbacking, Patrick Mahomes is the guy to watch. Or
maybe Minshew, your boy. Maybe not.
Minshew's that guy in the beer league that just shows up with a cooler full of beer. And I saw something. They were saying it was like a meme or something like that, and they were going through all the quarterbacks.
It's a good take.
Saying stuff about what they look like, and Gardner Minshew was like. Gardner Minshew looks like he was conceived on fraternity rush week, and I was like, oh my gosh, like dang, like but he kind of has that vibe, like he's just there to have fun, like he would tear it up in flag football for sure. Absolutely.
To kind of put a bow on it, I think that the Ravens backfield, Donnie, it's a week by week case. I would feel better about a week like this going up against a bad team like the Washington football team for Mark Ingram. But if they were, say, in a better matchup like they were in that last game against the Chiefs, I'd probably want a guy like Dobbins, I was on some Ingram props on Monday. I was hoping for the best for him. I had him in my lineup. He didn't do anything for me, but I also didn't lose that matchup. So, you take the good with the bad. I had Marquise Brown in that matchup too, and I still didn't lose. So you can always survive with one of these guys as long as everybody else is popping off. But I think it is going to definitely be a week by week case for that Ravens backfield. I would feel okay with Mark Ingram this week, maybe even Gus Edwards if you're really, really hurting for it. And we're going to get to some names that you might be really, really hurting because of. So just running through a few here, not a few, I don't know what I'm talking about. There's a fuck ton on this board. Let's just start with Cam Akers. He's unlikely to play this week. Probably, not going to be good to go for at least another 1 to 2 weeks. Are you still good with throwing out a Malcolm Brown or a Darrell Henderson this week?
No.
Okay, not feeling either of them.
No, I'm not high on any of the running backs. I mean, we saw I think it was Darrell Henderson had a full workload basically last week.
Mm-hmm.
Am I right? They had full workload.
Henderson, Malcolm Brown came in for a few touches, not a lot.
Okay, so let's just say the majority of
the touches. I have it like right here. It's like 2 seconds away. I don't know why it doesn't want to pull up here, but
it's okay. But I'm just not impressed with the backfield, and there's no one on that offensive line that like anybody behind the Indianapolis Colts offensive line is probably going to rush for 1,000 yards. Anyone in San Francisco is going to rush for 1,000 yards. There's just certain systems like that, and that's not one of them. So I'm just not high on any running backs right now for the Rams at all. 20
rushing attempts to Malcolm Brown's 7 for Henderson, and Henderson did pop it off with a touchdown up against that Bills rushing defense. So not bad. I think you can roll out Henderson again this week. Not really high on Brown. He's got to get in the red zone to get some touches. They got the Giants on deck this week. I think there could be some value there. Henderson would be the play for me. I would say to fade Malcolm Brown. That's where I'd be at on it. DJ Shark, he got in a limited practice. You were talking about getting ready to fire up Chenal. If Shark is there, are you still ready to fire up Chenal over some of the other options that you have? You had, what was it, Slayton, Sanders. Who else was there?
Let me pull it up. I have my other team up, Mr. Meeseek's team.
Mm-hmm.
I'm projected to win, but those numbers always suck. So I had Devontae. So this is my starting lineup right now. I have Patrick Mahomes, Tyreek Hill, Calvin Ridley, Justin Jefferson, Myles Gaskins, Frank Gore. Could do way better. Mark Andrews, Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Parker, Greg Ward, and Dak Prescott. I have on the bench Laviska Shenault, Jimmy Graham, Jordan Howard, Darius Slayton, Emmanuel Sanders. Huh?
I thought you had Shenault in the lineup.
Oh, no. I took him out.
Okay.
I took him out.
So you're not feeling him then if Shark's in the lineup. I guess that answers the question. Who did you put in?
I put in Devontae Parker.
I thought Devontae Parker was already in your lineup.
Greg
Ward. Okay, so Greg Ward.
Greg Ward is the.
So we can talk about some Greg Ward.
Yeah, he's the only healthy wide receiver in Philadelphia.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, someone has to catch the ball.
Ertz and Ward, right? That's about it.
Yeah, Dallas Goedert's out.
Goddard's out. Jeffrey isn't back yet. Who was it? Djax, he's got a hamstring issue.
Rieger's out.
Rieger's on the IR till potentially week 6. And J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, who Ward was directly competing with for touches, is also hurt. And I still don't get that. Ward went off last week with 11 targets. I don't think he found the end zone, but he had a great day for fantasy. And it was just because they just got him into the game plan. I talked about this last week about his usage down the stretch of last year. I just don't understand why you deny someone the ball like that when literally that's why your quarterback was good at the end of last season, and he's not good at the beginning of this.
Basically because there were people in front of him that had higher contracts, and they had to play them before him because
names on the back of the jersey. Get them out of here.
Seriously, no,
it's terrible.
Because I remember watching last year when it was the Washington Redskins, and basically Greg Ward was just torching us. It just did not make any sense. I did not understand how I did not hear this guy before. But he's a gadget player, and he is a lot more productive than 95% of the receivers in that room. So I think Doug Peterson finally woke up and was like, holy crap, it's not.
He also just hasn't gotten hurt yet. There's that too.
Yeah, he hasn't gotten hurt yet, but I mean, he's honestly the smallest one out of them all.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, I was high on Rieger. I was high on a lot of these guys. Miles Sanders, Ertz. I'm not a Goddard guy. I think it's just like a thorn in our sides for Ertz owners. I don't have any shares of Ertz this year, but you know what I mean? Like, it's just a real pain in the ass, and I just can't stand it, really. It drives me nuts. So Shark, with the Jaguars, you're probably fading some of these options like Chenal, Cole. Who else is there? Who am I missing?
Cole.
Oh, D.D. Westbrook got back on the field. Does D.D. Westbrook stay on the field this week, or is he going to be a scratch? He was able to play with Shark out, so I mean he's back. He got like a catch, 2 targets. D.D. Westbrook.
He's not going to be fantasy relevant.
Okay, so just worry about maybe Shark there. If Sharks doesn't wind up suiting up, you lean in Chenal or Cole. Cannot start Conley after last week. Cannot.
No, absolutely.
Cannot. It's a great matchup with the Bengals.
I'm going to say, man, Chenal is just a very electric player. He can basically break it any play.
And they use him with rushing.
So I'm still like over Cole. I'm still going to go Chenal. Even if Shark's back, I'm still going to go Chenal. But with my specific lineup, Greg Ward's the only available wide receiver, so I had to put him in.
And the volume should be there. Going up against the Niners isn't great, but they should be playing from behind, right?
Yep.
They should be playing from behind. Should be playing catch up. There should be plenty of time in the fourth quarter for plenty of fantasy value. A lot of garbage time. We already touched on Will Fuller. Jerick McKinnon was limited today. Where are you feeling this week? Mostert not going to be back. You got Jerick McKinnon a little banged up, limited, but they believe he should be good to go. Which side are you leaning, Jerick McKinnon or Jeff Wilson, who cleaned up last week?
Jeff Wilson, because Kyle Shanahan. I was going to say Kyle Fuller, but Kyle Shanahan.
I thought you were going to say Cameron Shanahan.
I was going there too.
Shout out Cam.
But Kyle Shanahan, it doesn't matter who the running back is, and he's not going to put someone out there that isn't 100%. So basically just use Jeff Wilson. Use him until basically he breaks, which is what every other running back has done. So
they get Kittle back this week. Debo's practicing. I don't think he's going to make the lineup, but there could be some help on the way here.
Yeah, but Jimmy's still out.
Jimmy is still. Look at Nicky Mullins.
You know what I saw? I saw a stat.
Nicky Mullins.
It was like thrown over like 650. I don't know. It was some crazy stat, and it was only him and Patrick Mahomes, and they're like, "Oh, who's better?" And I was like, "Oh, this isn't gonna be like one of these things." Like, and Kyle Shanahan even said that there's no scenario that exists where Nick Mullins will replace Jimmy G as a starter.
Oh, I like Nick Mullins, and hey, I'm a Jimmy guy. Okay, Panthers, what's up? Shout out Charleston. Shout out EIU. I love me some Jimmy Garoppolo. Graduated on the same day as each other. Okay. Same gymnasium, different fields, not at the same time. But no, I like Nick Mullins a lot, man. And Jimmy better get it together because I haven't been that impressed with Jimmy this season. And realistically, I haven't been impressed with Jimmy since prior to the NFC Championship game. Just being fair here. Was not impressed with the Super Bowl. Not impressed with his 10 passes in the NFC Championship game. It may have been 7. I could be misquoting that. But yeah, haven't been impressed with him for a while now. Didn't like what I saw in week 1, week 2. I've liked what I saw from Nick Mullins, and Nick Mullins has not had the same weapons as Jimmy, man. Like I know it's the Eagles. Should not be like banging that drum just yet. Let's see what we get from him. But man, I think Jimmy needs to watch out. And super flex leagues, options where you can stash some quarterbacks. I think Nick Mullins is a name you guys should be listening to or considering, whatever you want to call it. What do you think about Kittle coming back? R.I.P. Jordan Reed. Kittle's back.
R.I.P. Jordan Reed. Sorry about that. That sucks.
It does suck.
I knew it was going to happen, but he was electric when he was in. But
of course, he got injured in the end zone.
Of course.
It's terrible.
I would say, man, if I was in Shanahan's spot, I would not rush Kittle back. But they really don't. They don't have anyone else.
Yeah,
so
they're gonna.
Just take it easy with them. Just go ahead and get warmed up.
11 targets. Let's go. Fire him up.
Yeah. That's all I'm going to say about that because he could get hurt again.
I'm excited to have him back. I think a warrior like George Kittle, WrestleMania T-shirts with the sleeves ripped off. I think he's going to be fine. And I saw those ankles, the way that they rolled and they bent in that game. Was it week 2? Yeah, it wasn't great, but he still went out there after the fact and was still running routes and giving it a go. So some much needed rest. I think he's gonna be good.
Donnie, if you can get anything for Emmanuel Sanders, please do it. He's currently sitting on my bench right now. So, yeah, he's been killing me too, man. He's very disappointing considering Michael Thomas is out, and he's coming back. Probably.
Hey, easy with the overrated talk there, Cam. All right, easy. He's trying. All right. Drew Brees is overrated. What do you think about that, Cam? What do you think about that? Drew Brees is overrated. Rip the name off the back.
You know who's overrated, Cam? Mitchell Trubisky. You were pumping him up beginning of the season, and now you're stuck with Nick Foles.
Stuck.
So, I know you guys are all excited. I saw the interactions with Doodles and stuff talking about, what about your man Dwayne Haskins? Man, he was pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, he's pretty bad.
Where's Kyle Allen at? Where's Kyle Allen? Huh? Where's that guy at?
I think Kyle Allen is the next quarterback. Like we're talking about young quarterbacks, it's Patrick Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen is the next quarterback. That's in line.
Oh.
I'm not saying he's going to take.
I was talking about Kyle Allen.
Oh,
the backup to Haskins. I was like, what?
God.
You took a detour there.
Oh man, I thought you were talking about Josh.
Yeah, go Bills. Bills too.
Oh man. Don't say the M word, Nick. Oh wow. What was he, Voldemort? Jeez.
Trubisky. Beetlejuice. Sounds like your audio is coming from the other mic and not yours. Right now, Donnie?
What about mine?
I mean, we got 7 viewers. I feel like they would just all peace out if it was that bad, but I don't know. As far as Emmanuel Sanders go, I'll just kind of keep going on with it here. Yeah, I mean, I would wait for a good game and then try to trade him. That's what I would do. Mike Thomas is coming back this week. Manny Sanders didn't really do anything without Michael Thomas, so what should we expect while Michael Thomas is there? I would wait for a good game, hopefully this week. If he's on your bench, that sucks. I mean, if you're forced to start him and he does well, that's great, but I don't feel awesome about it. The total in that Detroit game is pretty high, I believe. They're on the road. Game totals at 54 points, so the books are expecting, some action, some scoring, but I have to feel like things are going to roll through Alvin Kamara, Michael Thomas, and I know Jared Cook, he was limited. He left that last game or was banged up, was limited to finish it out. So there's some value there, but I don't love him to find the end zone this week. And if anything, that's what he's going to need. He's going to be a touchdown dependent type of start this week. So I don't love it. You still got him on your bench, right, Nick?
Yeah, unfortunately.
Nick's got him on his bench too.
I try to trade away Justin Jefferson. So if I can't trade away Justin Jefferson,
it's gonna be tough.
Well, what makes me think that I'm gonna trade away Emmanuel Sanders?
Well, Justin Jefferson, you can sell him because he's high right now. He's as high as he's ever gonna be, more than likely. Was it 9 catches, 175?
It was 7 for 175, 2 touchdowns.
Oh my God. Yeah, you're not going to get any higher than that at any point. I'm sorry, he's not going to grab,
Alan Lazard's out indefinitely. Sorry, I just broke the fucking screen.
Alan Lazard is out for the week now?
No, indefinitely.
Out indefinitely. Golly.
MVS all day, baby. MVS.
I don't know about MVS. Are they going to go and trade for Julio?
Man, that would be something, though. Wouldn't that?
No, it'd be terrible. I would hate it.
So let's take a quick detour. Where do you think, if Julio was to get traded, where do you think would be the best fits for him?
We talked about this the other day, just privately. I said, what was it? San Fran. San Fran's a good option for them, but not great for fantasy. Obviously, the Packers, great for fantasy, great for the Packers team. I mean, obviously, if he got moved to a place like the Jets, it would be terrible, right?
What if Gase is gone?
No, I still don't like that. I think Houston and San Fran are probably the best options. Oh, I'm sorry, the Raiders. That's the one I mentioned. The Texans, San Fran, and the Raiders. Yeah, I think those are the best ones. Texans would be fun, getting Watson back with a legit top 5 wide receiver. The Raiders would be great because everyone's hurt. Ruggs is a long shot to play this week. Edwards is hurt. He's out. They're literally rolling with Renfro, Waller, and Jacobs. He already looks really good in black. So, there's that.
What about the Ravens?
Yeah, I mean, the Ravens had the thought about Antonio Brown. There was some talk about that. There was some talk. So I guess that could work too. But do they have enough money? I mean, I don't know. I mean, we were talking about Lamar Jackson not being able to be a deep threat. Not having that arm there. I don't know if Julio loves that.
But
He's really hard to overthrow him though.
Julio is a different type of receiver than Marquise Brown, which is
oh God,
1 for 1.
Oh yeah,
you just got to throw the ball high and Julio will get it. With
Marquise
Brown, you really have to throw it far to actually get it. So
let him get the wheels cooking.
Yeah, let him get cooking and get separation. So I think it would be a very different type of offense in terms of the vertical game if it was Julio and not Marquise Brown. Right.
Oh yeah, no, I get it, man. It would open up a ton of space for Marquise Brown. The dude's having a hard time being a wide receiver 1 on that team. I mean, it's like, and realistically, they're using Boykins as the X receiver outside. Like Brown, they're trying to get rolling out of the slot and things like that. But Boykins is the big body guy. And actually, at the end of the game, it was that 4th and 21 or whatever. That was who they gave the shot to in the corner of the end zone was Boykins, and it was just a bad throw. Like it just wasn't going to happen. So. He's another guy that could take a leap forward, but just not enough there. I'd love to see Julio in Baltimore.
What about the Steelers?
No, I don't love it.
What about the Buccaneers?
Don't love it.
It definitely wouldn't happen because it's in
the division. Conference. Yeah, in the division. Yeah, it wouldn't happen just because they have Godwin and Evans. But let's keep plugging. No, you're good. Let's keep plugging along here. You mentioned Lazard. He's out indefinitely. Mostert not going to play this week. We already touched on those guys. Marshawn Lattimore didn't practice for the Saints. That could be some value for potentially Kenny Golladay and company. I think that's going to be a big factor. I think Kenny Golladay owners are going to be really happy this week. If Lattimore is out, it's going to be a pretty big feast, if you will. Christian Kirk returns to practice. He had a groin issue. Another player with a groin issue was Kareem Hunt. He did not practice today, but they're saying it's not serious. So take that day by day. Don't necessarily get him out of your lineups just yet. But definitely want to monitor the Kareem Hunt scenario. If he's out there, I mean, you're firing up Nick Chubb for sure, but are there any pieces in that lineup that you get a little bit more excited about if Hunt's out? Also, OBJ did not practice today.
Well, Jarvis Landry.
OBJ was limited.
Still Jarvis Landry.
Yeah, so Jarvis Landry. Maybe prop up some Jarvis Landry this week if you're liking him.
But, the one game that we saw them play, prime time, I don't think it was Jarvis that was making the plays.
It was OBJ.
Yeah, it was OBJ.
Yeah, and that week Landry was limited with that hip flexor issue.
Mm-hmm.
So people are banged up over there. They brought up Dontrell Hillard off the practice squad in case Hunt can't go. It looks like he's going to go, but I think what owners are going to be most worried about is just a snap count. We've already seen plenty of these Browns games where Hunt's just like completely inactive, not being used whatsoever, and then he gets a drive to himself, 2 drives to himself. And even on some of those drives that he gets, he literally brings them up the field, and Chubb even finished in on the red zone on one of them. Yeah. So it's like, man, what can you get out of that? Obviously, Stefanski wants to use both of them. They both have a role. He wants to get them, like that 15 to 17 touch range, at least Hunt for sure. And if you can, Chubb more, I think that's ideal. If you can really steal the clock, pound the ball into the ground, let Nick Chubb eat, and then just let Hunt, clean up some safe plays from Baker. I think that's a really ideal situation. I'm not sure we're going to get as much Hunt though this week if, on a snap count up against a tough Dallas team. I have to imagine that the Browns are not going to try to fade out of this one.
Is the Dallas team exactly tough though?
Their defense isn't, but that's also kind of worrisome, right? If Chubb is cooking, are they going to let Hunt eat? Are they really going to let him eat if Chubb is just cutting him up? I really don't know, especially with this injury. They say it's a groin injury. They say he should be good. It's not that serious. Don't be concerned, but I don't buy it. If there's a DNP, it's either rest day or nothing. Like if it's a rest day, cool. But if you tell me groin, tell me hamstring, tell me thigh, ankle, I'm not happy. I ain't cool with that. Yeah. All right, so let's get cut through there. Keep an eye on Hunt, something to monitor going into Sunday. Djax, Jeffrey did not practice. Jaws, JR Sega-Whiteside did not practice today. Fire up Knicks Greg Ward. Russell Gage back at practice. That's like the 3rd time I've done that. Russell Gage practices. Seems like he's cleared out of concussion protocol, but those words haven't been said. I asked you before air. If you practice, you're out of concussion protocol, right?
Yeah, I mean
right.
That's kind of like the rule, but I mean I don't know with everything going on with the COVID situation and games being delayed. They're probably like, oh, we don't have to say anything right now about it, but we'll probably get on like the Thursday or the Friday injury report.
Well, he practiced today, so I have to imagine he's going to be good to go for Monday. Opposite of him, Julio Jones, he went through walkthroughs today, so he looks good for Monday. But I don't think you're going to know until literally Sunday afternoon or Monday. So is this a situation where you're feeling good to start Julio? I mean, if I'm talking Sunday, you got no news yet, still questionable. It's 30 minutes before kickoff. Is this guy still in your lineup?
Not 30 minutes before the lineup. I don't like doing moves that late, but
well, I mean, okay. So when's the cutoff? When are you saying hey, okay, well, all right, an hour, okay, 30 more minutes is what I need, Justin. Come on now, some respect on it. Yeah, I mean, in that scenario, I'm not sure if I'm plugging him in. For me, I'm lucky because, well, not lucky. I went out and got Russ Gage, right? I told you guys after week 1, go get him. I was someone who drafted Julio with my first or second pick, whatever it was. So I was like, hey, insurance. It was my second pick because I took Dalvin Cook and I also got Madison in that league. So when I saw Gage go off, it's like, all right, cool. All these receivers got 12 targets. Julio's already my guy. I obviously want to go out and get Gage because if Julio goes down, bang, I got my next man up, right? So I'm good in that scenario. And I think we've given you guys enough names that you should have somebody on deck. You should have one in the holster ready to go, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we've named off a bunch. Greg Ward, Rex Burkhead last week. What's another one we gave him last week?
Eric Ebron.
Eric Ebron scored a touchdown. That was one. So I mean, you guys will find somebody. But Julio, I don't feel good about it. If I don't have a Russ Gage, I'm probably going to keep him out of my lineup if he doesn't get a full practice in tomorrow. Julio needs a full practice on Friday or Saturday to get into my lineup. If he doesn't, I'm just not going to bother because I have Gage. I have that opportunity that I can leverage there. I just don't really love it. They're playing on Monday night, playing up against the Packers on the road. They're hunting for a win, 0-3. They've lost in, really bad fashion, blowing leads. Julio wasn't there for one of them. So I have to imagine that they're going to come in hungry. If Julio's not, suiting up for practice, then I want no part of it. I feel like they're going to be overly prepped for this one.
The thing is that they still were in the game because the offense wasn't really the issue. It was the defensive, Swiss cheese.
I would say that the offense found some issues up against them Bears in the second half. I'd say that second half they found some significant issues. Matt Ryan's production was heavily cornered to Ridley, as we talked about. Ridley made pretty much all of his production on one play in the first quarter. And then you didn't really see much from him after that.
I'm just gonna say that, with that kind of play, with Atlanta being ahead in this situation, they're really playing to keep the lead, and they're not really trying to take shots. They're not trying to have momentum swing the other way. So, them having 3 and outs are kind of like them being conservative. I'm not saying I would coach that way, but that was their strategy at that moment.
Oh, it was a little too conservative for sure.
The freaking Atlanta Falcons defense needs to make one goddamn stop. And Nick Foles came in, Big Dick Nick, swinging it around.
They made some stops. They had an interception on him. They actually stopped him twice, technically, on those two extra touchdowns. Technically, I mean that interception by Denard before he gets hurt. Great play. It's a great play, right? If that's the play, I hated it. I was cheering for the touchdown. I was going nuts. Big Dick Nick has arrived. Yeah, I was going nuts. And then they took it off the board. They took it off the board and ripped my heart out. It was all good. And then I had to watch every continuing touchdown with is it safe yet? Can I cheer? Seriously, it was terrible, So believe me, Foles made some mistakes there, but the defense, it's bad. It's bad. The Jimmy Graham catch, I think it was at the 18-yard line or 15-yard line against the Falcons. It should have been an interception. Foles throws it over the defender, but literally one of the Falcons players hits him, hits his own man, gives him a little rub, and the ball just goes right over his hands. Should have been an interception. Should have been a second pick.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not saying that they didn't make a stop. I'm just saying they needed to make one more stop. And that's what defense is, though. You have to make one more stop.
Always.
And
always ask the Bears. They know all about it. They've done it 3 weeks in a row to win their games.
Well, yeah, and you're referencing those 2 interceptions. Mm-hmm. Those 2 interceptions didn't happen in clutch time. it was more towards like
Mm-hmm.
the end of the third, middle of the third, I think, or beginning of the fourth. But there was still a lot of time on the clock for Foles to come in and do what he does. So defense,
way too much time.
Yeah, just way too much time. The offense, they had to, if they made one more play, they would be, ahead one, so that would give the defense more. But we can go back and forth all day about this. But, for me, defense, you got to make one more stop. Like, you can't let a backup quarterback come in and just demolish you like that. Like, you
coming after our quarterback
out.
like that. Okay, all right, okay.
I have no disrespect towards Nick Foles, but he's literally the backup quarterback. He is.
Technically, he was. You're not wrong.
Yeah. So you let him come in and just dice you up, and it's just disappointing. Like, you got to be able to shut those guys down. You knock out the first guy.
It's the visor, bro. They pissed their pants.
But he took it off after.
I know. But when you're scared, you're scared. I mean, it's
look. The thing is like at this point, you shouldn't have just let the first guy stay in. Maybe let him get a touchdown or so or something. I don't know what he needed to stay in, but it's just disappointing on the defense. I think that the Atlanta Falcons are going to go into a full blown rebuild.
Oh dear God, I hope not. I need Julio to bring home the gold this year. Hashtag Laquan Jones, bring home the gold, brother. I got you. I want Julio's value to go up. I hope the Falcons come out steaming this week and shit all over the Packers, because I would like the Bears to top the division as well. So that would be really nice. But before we get into some more of these injuries here, we're looking at the 8:01 mark here on the East Coast. So we're going to jump into the game preview. We got the Broncos and the Jets. Woo! Not so much. Anyways, we're going to jump into the props first. Let's see what we got here. I know Sam Darnold and Brett Rippon are both posting a 1.5 touchdown total. I told you at the beginning of the show this morning I was feeling pretty good about Sam Darnold throwing 2 touchdown passes tonight up against these Broncos. Reason being, the Broncos' passing defense is ranked 29th in the league. It's been really bad. They lost A.J. Bouye back there. Darnold still throws 32 to 35 plus times a game, so there's some value there. Darnold getting back Jamison Crowder tonight. If Jamison Crowder wasn't in this lineup, Braxton Berrios would be in my fantasy lineup, but I'm not doing it. I can't bring myself to do it. If Berrios was the only man there, I would absolutely be plugging them in my lineup, but I'm not doing it this week. I bet the bastard still finds pay dirt. All right, but let's get to some of these props. Sam Darnold, 229.5 passing yards. Over or under, Nick?
Under, because he wants Gase fired.
The book has an interesting take on this one. They're saying that Darnold is going to throw over this total. They're giving plus money on the under. If you're really confident on Darnold taking a shit tonight like we are, because Adam Gase could potentially be fired tomorrow. And you've seen some of those tiffs on the sideline, right? Between Darnold and Gase. I've seen somewhere Darnold just bro, fuck you, I'm out of here. Just gives him whips his hair at him and just walks away.
California flip.
Oh, absolutely. Just walks away. I remember backup quarterback's just what?
Am I in?
Yeah, because pretty much something very similar to that. Just wow, he said that. I might be going into the game. So, yeah, we're not on it, but I might have to take it to the Hizzy right there. Smash some under money on Sam Darnold. What about Brett Rippon at 210? 19 yards less, 210.5, paying even money both ways on the over and the under, both minus 114. What do you think?
Over.
Feeling the Broncos. Let's go!
Yeah. So I'm saying that the Jets defense is just going to let stuff happen.
Poop. They're going to poop.
Yeah. So 65% of the money is on New York, and I'm going to go against this because I just don't see any positives coming out of this, even though Denver is on their third quarterback.
All right. Donnie says your mic is quiet, so we're going to take 3-second break. Don't go anywhere. Don't want anyone go anywhere. Nick, be really quiet. He just said he.
No, I saw it.
And we're back. Tell us what you think of the sound. See if anything happened. We made a small correction. We'll see if anything works. All right. So back to the totals here. We got 210. Brett Rippon 210.5. I don't know, man. He looked good in that last matchup. He was 8 for 9, did throw the interception. I think he can hit over this just because where do they get the offense? I mean, the Jets aren't great up against the run.
No fan.
Yeah, Noah Fant, Melv Gordon, Jerry Jeudy, right? Like, how are we going to cut that up? We'll get to their props here soon, but I think it's a lot of Melvin Gordon tonight. I think he could catch a lot of passes. You know, he's a pass-catching guy, can play on every down. I think Rippon looks to the safety valves. You know, looks for Fant, like you mentioned, looks for Gordon in the backfield, and maybe they get creative with Jerry Jeudy. And heck, maybe I think the prop I probably will lay here is a Jerry Jeudy touchdown. I think I might lay that. I'll check the odds here when we get to it, but I think I like something like that a little bit more. Melvin Gordon for a touchdown, anytime touchdown, that could be paying some good money. I like those guys. Rippon, I think he can hit this over. I think you're right. I think he can hit it. It's just a really low number, 210, but it's like his first start. So what do you expect? 1.5 touchdown total for both. Who do you have there for the over?
I have Rippon for the over.
Ooh, plus 135 on the money line.
Yeah, and
better grab it.
Sam Darnold under.
Under. So you got probably like Darnold at 1 or 0. Can Darnold throw 1 touchdown in this game, Nick?
1. Braxton Berrios.
Stop it.
Braxton Berrios.
Stop
anytime touchdown. Here we go.
Stop it. Rippon's at 1.5. I'm gonna say 1. I'm gonna say he hits 1. I'm gonna say Darnold hits 2. That's just been my inkling since the beginning. I gotta stick with it. But this whole Darnold Gase thing, it's driving me nuts. I feel like someone put that out there just to fuck with my head and bettors alike. All right, pass completions. Rippon paying even money, 19.5. Can you hit the over?
19.5?
Yep.
Over, yeah.
Sam Darnold, I think he can hit that too. It just really depends on the pace of play, right? If the Jets come out and they put up points on their first or second drive, I could see them pushing the Broncos to pass more. Sam Darnold is at 21.5, and it's really interesting because I mentioned to you that him hitting under 229 passing yards was plus money, meaning they're expecting him to hit over that, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, there's a slight edge to the under here by about 8 points. It's minus 118 to the under and minus 110 to the over. That's a really interesting take there, the way that they're fudging the numbers, really trying to get you to lean on, I think, those passing yards on the under. I think it's kind of a trap there. I think he could hit that over potentially on the passing yards.
You know what?
One of those is a trap.
It sounds like Braxton Berrios and Chris Herndon are poised for a huge.
Chris Herndon ain't doing shit.
Maybe Frank Gore get maybe like 30, 40 yards receptions or receiving yards. So, we'll see how it goes, but I'm not positive, man. Like the last Thursday night game against Miami against the Dolphins versus Jaguars, the money was 95% towards the Jaguars. Like, you got to just use that kind of information. And why is everybody on top of the Jets right now? It just doesn't make any sense with the higher fire that's going on. I kind of know what's going on with toxic, environments,
cultures, teams, franchises.
When Alex Smith, but right before he broke his leg, the team was 6-2, and I literally was walking around being like, "There's no way that this is possible. This makes absolutely no sense."
Banging that drum all around town.
It just doesn't make any sense. And sure enough, that week when I really started thinking, like, man, this isn't right. He breaks his leg. And
then everything was normal again.
Yeah,
good job,
everything
Nick.
was normal. I think that was the year that they got the second overall pick. And it's crazy how stuff goes. It's just crazy how stuff goes.
Absolutely. So going over to the rushing yards, we got your boy Frank Gore, 55.5. Where's he at, Nick?
Over.
How about, I'm going to say under. Well, Michael.
The reason why I'm saying over is because Frank Gore don't quit on nobody. He don't care if Gase is getting fired. If there is no coach, he will run the ball hard.
He is pretty much just there to just take carries and
He's been playing in the NFL longer than Thursday Night Football has been created.
I hate Thursday Night Football. Love Frank Gore, though. I'm going to say the under there. LaMichael P. Ryan, 26.5.
I actually have over.
I'm going to say the over as well. The under is paying plus money, so someone at the book is on it as well. Melvin Gordon, 65.5. Over. Got to hit it. Sam Darnold, 9.5. 10-yard rush. 10-yard rush. Can he hit it?
They lost Mekhi Becton, I think, which was their 6'7" rookie tackle that was starting.
Ouch.
So I'm saying
the
over because he's going to be running for his life.
Ouch. I'm going to say the under because he's going to be running for his life. I mean, he could easily hit that on one little run. So I'm just stay away for me. Probably an easy one that I just don't want to cash. All right, here we are. The receivers, not big numbers. Braxton Berrios. Can he hit over 39.5?
I'm saying over.
I'm going to say over 2. I feel like Jamison Crowder could potentially open up a little bit more space for him, but I don't think he gets a ton of volume today. I think he could get that literally on like 2 catches. Chris Herndon, 33.5. I'm gonna say the under. I'm gonna just say he just doesn't catch a lot. He's been blocking a ton, and if your boy Becton is out, like you mentioned, you may have to do it more. Kind of similar to Evan Ingram in New York. Like he can't run as many routes because he's got to stay on that damn line and help out Danny Jones. Chris Hogan, 26.5. I'm gonna say under. I feel like he's still questionable for this game. Do you have an update on that? Can you hit the tweet? Hit the tweets.
I'll look it up while you go.
Hit the tweets. Yeah, I'm going to say under for right now. I don't love that. Jamison Crowder, 53.5. Under is plus money, so number 1 target.
Over.
Yeah, I got to assume it. I just don't love it. Like, this matchup is a good matchup for him. I wasn't a fan. People were calling his number, banging the Crowder drum after week 1. Was I, Nick?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't. I got into it with Jake Seeley on Twitter about it, remember?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck? It was a big deal for me. I was like, hey, one of my heroes. We got into it. Anyways, yeah, I'm not a Crowder guy. This is a good week to start him. The matchup is there, but he's coming off the injury, so I don't love it. I don't feel like I have to really propel this guy into my lineup unless you're missing Titans, unless you're missing Steelers, unless you're missing, Godwin. Like, you are just hurt to start somebody. You can pop Crowder in there. I think you can hit this over tonight.
Hogan's
Probable. So still was banged up this week. I'm just not loving him. 26.5. I'm staying away. I'm going to say no or under. Jerry Jeudy, 56.5.
Over.
Give me that over, baby. I think I might take that parlayed with a Jeudy touchdown. We'll see. I'm going to slow it down here. But yeah, I like Jeudy on the over there. Under's paying plus money. The book's on it as well. KJ Hamler, 36.5. I'm going to say under.
36.5?
Yeah.
I'm going to say over.
Yeah, I say that he gets a couple of catches, but doesn't take anything that deep tonight. I think, he's still kind of getting worked in. Obviously, with Sutton gone, they're going to keep using him more and more. But I think that we kind of highlighted who Rippon's going to be targeting. Fant, Gordon, Jeudy. There may not be a ton of drives. You could see a turnover or two that he just ends a drive. You know what I mean?
The one thing that people should just keep in the back of their mind is when like a third string quarterback comes out, there's usually a person on the practice squad or like on the lower end of the depth chart.
They've been rolling with him.
They've been practicing together. They built up the chemistry. I think it could be like a KJ Hamler kind of breakout today. It could be. The only take I'll take against that is just that Hamler's been hurt, so he hasn't been able to even get those reps with the backups because he's just been out. He just got back last week. So that's there, and I mean, Rippon was practicing with everyone this week as the one, right? So he was already taking 1 reps on a short week. But before this week, Rippon was doing it with the scout team,
True.
Hamler is probably over there, doing reps with them because
catching the one-handers.
Yeah, because Cortland Sutton was
I see where you're coming from. Yeah. Like there's a possible connection there, right?
I'm just tinfoil hat time.
Oh yeah,
so just
bro, I'm done with tinfoil hats today. Let's stay away from the tinfoil hats today. Next prop, a lock. Tonight's lock of the night. Bruni and Nick's lock. I know that you're going to say the over. 21.5 receiving yards for a running back, Melvin Gordon. He's got to hit this. 21.5 receiving yards tonight. You've got to take this over. Smash the like button. Share the video. Take it to the Hizzy. Go put a prop in on Melvin Gordon for over 21 receiving yards, 21.5. On any time touchdown, and if you're really feeling it, I'm not, but a Broncos win. I think that's going to crank your numbers. You're going to be able to get a ton of value and take it to the Hizzy. Next up, Noah Fant, our guy, 51.5. I think we both are going to say the over. I just think we both need him to hit the over too. You have Fant, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have Fant. You got Fant. We want Fant to continue to succeed. Potentially going to be a top 5 tight end going forward for the rest of this season.
Probably for the rest of his career.
Let's go! Drew Lock could be back as early as week 5, potentially. Not
good for him.
Knock on some wood for that. Could potentially be back as week 5. So this could just be, the 1 week Rippon gets to rip it. We'll see what happens. I think Fant is going to get targeted a lot in this game, especially early on. They move him around. They use him outside. They use him in the slot. They use him for blocking. There's a lot of opportunity for this guy. Same for Melvin Gordon. Into the backfield, taking routes at the slot, taking routes outside the numbers. It's all there. They just took the props away from me. No, they didn't. They just opened up a random tab. I was like, is it 8:20 already? Dang. Almost there, though. All right, so we're over Noah Fant, 51.5. We're on the over. Terry Patrick, another sneaky one, I think. Four. Wait, what?
Wait.
I'm sorry. It switched over to receptions. Patrick for Tim Patrick. Sorry. Where the hell did the? I don't know. 36 yards. I don't even know if that's the one. It seems close enough.
ESPN's saying that right now it's 2 for 4 Broncos, and they still got 2 more to go.
Oh, this is the NFL Network. I don't trust any of them.
Network.
They're worse than ESPN.
Oh no! So the Jets are going to win, guys. They're all majority for Denver. So
we're waiting for Michael Irvin.
Come on.
Tim Patrick. I'm sorry, was 30.5, not 36.
30.5.
I'm going to say under.
I'm going to say over because he's a big play kind of receiver.
All right, Braxton Berrios, 3.5 catches, over under.
How many are
3.5.
Over.
I'm going to say under.
Over.
Just with Hogan and Crowder there, I think he loses a touch. They should prioritize this guy. He's looking good with Darnold. Just saying, he looks like his little brother, by the way, too. Herndon, 3.5, over under.
It's week 4, so I'm going to go under.
I'm going to go under as well. Chris Hogan, 2.5, even money both ways. I'm going to say over.
Yeah, over.
I think they make a point to get him more involved this week. They didn't last week. Jamison Crowder laying an even 5 catches.
Over.
I'm going to say push. I'm going to say even. Jerry Jeudy, I'm going to say the over on this one, 4.5.
Over.
Yep. KJ Hamler, 3, dead even.
Push.
Yeah, I'm going to say the push as well. Melvin Gordon, 3.
Over.
I think he gets like 5 or 6 tonight. I think he's going to be Rippon's safety valve. Same with Fant, 4.5. Paying -18 for the over, -110 for the under. So a little bit more leniency towards the over. And then your boy Tim Patrick at 2.5.
You want to go on my third line?
Yeah, after you tell me Tim Patrick over or under 2.5 catches.
Over.
I'm going to say under. Okay, you're up.
All right.
Thrive lineup.
So Thrive lineup, I got Brett Rippon over 215.5 passing yards.
Okay.
Over 1.5 passing touchdowns.
For Rippon?
Yeah.
Oh, feeling the Rippon tonight. Just rip it.
Yeah.
Rip it, baby. Yeah, rip
60
it right.
total rushing yards. 60.5 total rushing yards from Melvin Gordon. I got the over on that.
Okay.
Melvin Gordon, anytime rushing touchdown. Got the over on that.
Okay.
Noah Fant, anytime receiving touchdown. Got the over on that. That's 0.5.
Okay.
0.5. So,
Okay, I like that.
Sam Darnold, passing yards total is 226.5. I did the under.
Okay.
Total completions 20.5. I did the under. Anytime touchdown, receiving or rushing for Frank Gore, I did the over because it was 0.5.
Okay. Okay.
Braxton Berrios, total receptions 3.5 over. Michael Pirine, total rushing, receiving yards over 32.5 yards. I did the over. And my kind of like my secondary pick, 51.5 total receiving yards from Jerry Jeudy. I did the over. And Sam Ficken, the kicker, I did 7.5 total points. I did the over on that because I think they're going to lean heavily on him.
All right, right on. Let's see here. I'm going to take a small little bet. I'm going to do the Melvin Gordon, like I mentioned, as I told y'all to do. I'm going to take the Melvin Gordon over on the reception yards. But oh shit, I need to hurry up. I'm missing on time here. So I'm going to take the Melvin Gordon. Broncos win. Wait, what the heck? Melvin Gordon, Broncos win, and over on the receiving yards and the anytime touchdown. So an anytime touchdown. Now let me add the next one. No, it doesn't want me to do it. I don't think it's going to let me do it.
You waited too long.
I did. But hey, I wanted to talk to you guys about some ball. I wanted to ball out with y'all. All right, we're just going to jump back into it then. Justin, follow your own advice. Stay the hell away from this game. I just feel like I'm asking.
You're just such a degenerate, Justin.
I'm just asking to lose money. I'd rather, let's get some MAC football up on here. Let's get something.
Is it really that bad that you'd rather watch MAC football? So Northern Illinois versus was it?
That doesn't sound bad.
Eastern Michigan.
That doesn't sound bad at all. Man, go Huskies! Let's go. I mean, don't reference an Illinois team.
Well, that's true. I kind of love that one too.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'll be all over that.
So the one thing I want to say though is that we thought that the Browns and Cincinnati would be kind of, it's kind of exciting due to the stars that are on the team, but they weren't exactly the best teams. But I was very surprised with the product that was put on the field. I think
Browns winning record.
Weird, right?
Put them in the NFC East to be in first place.
But I think that tonight could be a possibly very entertaining game. Ain't nobody got to lose anything except the first overall pick in the draft. So we'll see how it goes.
Hey, if you don't have Adam Gase there and you have the first overall pick, things are looking pretty good. If you have Sam Darnold, do you go ahead and draft Trevor Lawrence?
No, I don't like that because I do think.
Well, I figure they'd trade Darnold or something. Try to. If that's the case.
No, Gase is such a problem, and if you're going to cut bait before there's halfway through the season, basically,
right?
You got to realize that the coach is the big issue. You got to give Sam Darnold at least another year against under another coach, an offensive coach, because the first coach, it was
Gase, wasn't it? Yeah, it was
Gase, and then there was another guy before that. Forgot his name. He was an African American gentleman. I forgot, but that coach was a defensive minded coach. So Sam Darnold was drafted by that coach, and that really wasn't a good situation. You kind of, as a quarterback being drafted in there, you really need someone to help lead you through the NFL and navigate. Did you hear that Patrick Mahomes did not know how to read defenses until halfway through the season last year?
Makes sense. I mean, just tell him where to throw the ball, right? Just tell him where to throw the ball.
And the thing is that, with Andy Reid, that's a very smart and wise offensive mind. So Patrick Mahomes is a very smart guy, and that was a perfect marriage of quarterback and coach to get on the same page very fast. Kyler Murray and Cliff Kingsbury, that's very strong. Gase and Darnold were not. Like, that is a divorce waiting to happen. You kind of saw that when he walked in the door, and you were like, "Oh my gosh, this marriage is definitely going to fail." Unfortunately, no one objected.
Gase got there right away. He was just like,
"What?
Lev Bell, who?" Like, he's just like, "Why is this guy on our team? I don't get it. I don't understand."
And that's so annoying too. Like Lev Bell, he is out and stuff like that. But when he
could potentially return week 5.
Yeah. But even when he comes back, if Gase is still there, there's still no hope. But if someone, Washington, they fired Jay Gruden halfway through the season. The one person I was really high on that Jay Gruden was not high on was Adrian Peterson. Jay Gruden is more of a pass-happy coach. He does not like the 1-2 down back that's a power runner. And as soon as he was fired, the offense switched to a power running offense because the interim head coach was Bill Callahan, the offensive line coach. So they just decided to run the ball, and it wasn't like a successful season, but they got through the season and stuff.
Right.
And Adrian Peterson was able to parlay that into Detroit, and that ended up being a pretty big boom for Detroit right now, I would say.
Well, it's helping. They got to win. Frank Gore tackled behind the line for the first play of the game on Thursday Night Football.
So if Gase is fired and a new coach comes in, he's got to look at this roster and be like, look, I got to start with the running back and the quarterback right now. And you have a serious slot receiver posing as a number one receiver and Jamison Crowder. No offense to Jamison Crowder. He's a great receiver. He's just not – look at that. Braxton Berrios' first pass.
Bastard.
But you got to look at the roster and just play to your strengths because honestly –
that was Hogan, actually. But
right.
And the name you were looking for was Todd Bowles.
There you go, Bowles. That's what it was.
Todd Bowles.
Never would have gotten Todd out of that, but Bowles, I definitely remember that one.
Fucking Todd.
But yeah, I just hope that if a new coach does come in, they just use the pieces that are available. I could definitely coach this team better than what Gase is doing.
Sam Darnold, hurry up offense.
4 yards.
Had a 9-yard completion and then just rushed him and through the pile for 3 yards. Third of the way to the prop.
Yeah.
But a bastard. I don't care. Like I told you, I mean, the Jets offense could come in and roll tonight. I still wouldn't feel good about it. This whole Gase on the hot seat thing, I feel like someone just put this out there to piss off gamblers. I really do. I really, really do. The Jets have just been bad, period, since Gase has got there. The defense is bad. They've traded away all their weapons. Even the way that they're drafting, they drafted another running back to add into a really big running back room. And Sam Darnold just bullets one incomplete across the middle. I'm not sure who he was targeting. That thing was Crowder. Crowder, not really limping, but coming up a little soft-legged there.
Someone Peck.
Lineman down for the Jets. That's not going to be good if they lose another one. See what we get out of that. Going back into like some of the injuries for this week. John Brown, he practiced today for the Bills. That's going to be pretty big for him. Zach Moss returned to practice as well. Not going to be great for Singletary owners. Are you ready to pop Zach Moss back into your lineup? Caught a touchdown week 1. They seem to have some sort of preference to use him. No, yeah, I wouldn't say.
Josh Allen offense.
Yeah, right. Pass heavy offense, right? Who needs running backs when you got Josh Allen?
It's not really like a pass heavy offense. It's just the Josh Allen show. Like they put the ball in Josh Allen's hands to
go win the game, guy.
Yeah, go win the game. They're not gonna be putting it in Zach Moss's hand or Singletary's hand. Mm-hmm. They're putting it in Josh Allen's hand. So
right. I didn't ask you. What do you think about the over under for this game? Is that we'll say 40 points. I don't know where it's at now. It's probably at a live total. 40 points for this game. Over, under?
I'm gonna go under on that. It
seems like it should, but if this Rippin dude gets off to a hot start, you could see a 24-20 type of game, but I don't think it happens. I think you're looking like 2017. I think it's gonna be close. I think that's a good number. Again, stayed away. No, thank you. No, thank you. I lost that over last night to the Lakers by like 3 points, so kicking a dick there. Yeah, it was a fun game for a little bit.
Did you know Rippin's a legacy?
Well, what now?
A legacy, meaning that his father played in the NFL too.
Who did he play for? Did he play for the Broncos?
Nope, he played for the Washington Redskins and led them to their last.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
That's the dude.
My history teacher in high school had literally he was a Reds or whatever fan, football team, Redskins fan.
You can say Redskins because of his previous name.
So he had the whole thing, that Super Bowl thing up there, and I remember that guy being up there, and I just couldn't stand that teacher. That's why I remember this. He's just not very good. It's not very good. He taught history and humanities, and the first year that our school offered humanities, small school, he was just a hillbilly and didn't know how to teach it. It was talking about foreign religions and stuff like that and Aztecs, and he was just man, I just like the history book. Seriously, we just played poker and watched movies. We didn't do anything. It was an hour-and-a-half class. It was awesome. Jeez. I still somehow managed to get a B. I don't know, whatever. Yeah, but that's crazy. I can't believe that name just popped into my head as soon as you said the Super Bowl thing. Hopkins for Arizona. Hopkins did not practice.
Bet day.
Ankle injury, they say, but I think it's more of a just rest day. Same with Calvin Ridley. He didn't practice today. Got a ton of work up against them Bears. I got to imagine it was just a rest day. I just have to imagine. They're talking about Hopkins' ankle. I think he's going to be fine. I think he's going to be good to go. I mentioned, was it Terry McLaurin was out of practice or limited? Steven Sims out of practice for the football team. Are you cranking up some Dontrell Inman usage? To me, it cranks up Antonio Gibson.
Logan Thomas.
Yeah, I would feel good about Gibson, maybe Thomas too, just because Thomas is kind of Haskins' guy. Haskins, really seems to trust him, and Gibson, I think, could just catch a couple more balls this week.
I don't know. I'm not in on Haskins. He's just not. Look at that.
Darnold hit the over on the rushing total. That's it. I told you it would probably be easy money that I was turning down. I don't want it. I don't want that prop. No thanks. Again, stayed away.
The stem of the flower in Washington is very weak, so the quarterback is very poor. He barely can get the ball to the receivers on their routes. So I'm not high on any of the targets, even Terry McLaurin. I do think that Terry McLaurin will be a great star in Washington. I just don't think for this year he's someone on fantasy that I want.
Yeah, no, I mean, you've made that very clear. Not a guy that's going to succeed this year for the Washington football team. Kind of like a ticking time bomb type of situation. Good pass. I just either it was underthrown or Berrios was just slow on the route. Looked like a good looking ball, but just went right past Berrios. Like those helmets. Don't love the players. What about Fournette being out for Tampa Bay? He didn't practice today. It looks like Godwin's going to be out. Scotty Miller did not practice today, but Justin Watson did. So who are you feeling this week for Tampa Bay?
I benched Tom Brady for issues. So
yeah, that was tough.
I mean, I'm not really happy with the Buccaneers.
You were in. You were in.
I dove face
the mania.
Lost pretty bad. the first day of Mania for me was a two-point game from Gardner Minshew.
Yar!
It was a pretty jarring dive, but with all the injuries, I mean, you got to kind of wait until probably Sunday to figure out who's actually going to be in.
Mm-hmm.
I would if Godwin or Evans is in, yeah, absolutely, I'm definitely in on that.
Oh, Godwin is out. Godwin's going to be out at least. That's what I'm saying. Scotty Miller didn't practice today, so that's what I'm saying. Justin Watson. Oh, look at Sam Darnold with the little shoulder shake there.
What is this?
Oh, Sam Darnold taking it to the Hizzy, to the house. He is the offense, the New York Jets. I'm glad I didn't take any of those passing props because that would have pissed me off.
Oh my God.
Sam Darnold to the house. I don't know. It's just got to be just broken play. It can't be designed like that.
Oh my God.
Here we go. So Kalen Ballage in the backfield with him. Not a run play. Oh, wow. He was not looking at that linebacker whatsoever. Hey, Sam Darnold, y'all. Come get your Sam Darnold, New York. That was a good play. His head was completely turned to the left. Linebacker running down the midway, full speed, and he just takes off to the right.
Look, all I can say is that linebacker did not come in there with bad intentions, which you cannot have anymore in the NFL. You saw that he tried to go high and grab his shoulders and throw him down, but Sam
blocked the kick.
Sam Darnold was a little strong, so they would break it. Look
at that smile on that face. Sam Darnold's so happy.
Literally, like 5 years ago, that Sam Darnold would be losing his head on that play. I think that play was a result of the change of rules of how quarterbacks are tackled in the NFL. It was a great run by Darnold. Don't get me wrong, but the first tackle, that wasn't really a tackle that came in. He was just trying to not get a penalty on the side.
Sorry about that. Orlos just referenced our history teacher. It was some funny stuff. Oh, it was a good run, and you have a point there. I mean, realistically, the defender needs to have him wrapped. The point that I was just making was, like, if Darnold's going this way, if he's going to run this way or this way, his head was over here, and then he just went a do.
But you saw how
shimmy shake.
You saw how the linebacker came and tried to take his shoulders instead of putting his helmet into the middle of his chest. No,
absolutely. No, I mean you gotta bury that QB on the ground. You gotta get him down. But Sam Darnold cooking, turning on the wheels.
Should have taken that problem.
I was right there. I hate easy money, Nick. I prefer the stress.
Oh yeah.
I prefer staying up until 1 a.m. for the total. Yeah. Let's go.
Biting your nails and just having a heart attack.
God, man. Last night, a reference in that Lakers game, I was sitting there just like, oh, it's the third quarter. They killed me over already. It was like the last couple of minutes. There's probably 4 or 5 possessions in a row without a basket. None of the starters on the floor. Lakers are up by 25. It was driving me fucking crazy. I was like, no one's gonna score. And why? They're up by $1 billion. Yeah. Why score? Who cares? This is driving me nuts. But yeah, that's the highs and lows of gambling, right? It's the highs and lows. Can't get it back. Should have bet it. All right, Titans are out this week, but A.J. Brown looks like he's going to be available in week 5, or at least, is trending in that direction. Good. Are you going to start him first week back? Ready to let him roll?
Yeah, I mean,
extra rest week. This whole team gets a rest week. Have to put him in, Potentially, if you're really hurting, if the injuries are there, if you're maybe Godwin misses another week, they're saying he does miss this week, but potentially another. We'll see. You're going to have another situation to monitor. But yeah, if someone like that's out of your lineup, you may be forced to. I'm not loving it. I'm not saying to just fling them right back in there. With a lot of these guys that get hurt, they really ease them back in, especially the mid season ones. Kenny Golladay was coming in; he wasn't ready to start week 1, and then they got him back in, and he was rolling last week, but he had a lot of time to get going. AJ Brown gets hurt in week 1. I'm not sure they give him a ton of work the first week back, and just the way that the Titans operate, right? Spread it all around,
pound the ball.
And finally, we can stop thinking or believing or listening to the takes about Corey Davis being a thing. So bring back Brown. Bring back A.J. Brown.
The only person that's going to hurt from A.J. Brown coming back is Jonnu Smith. But really,
true.
I don't
you're not wrong.
I don't think it's going to be a hurt. It's going to be more from a wide receiver 1 or tight end 1 to a tight end 2 production. So it's not going to fall off the cliff, but there's not going to be as much to get off of John Smith as there was when AJ Brown was out.
Right, absolutely. All right, so we got Naeem Hines limited today, shoulder injury for the Colts. Feeling pretty good about if you're Jonathan Taylor's. I don't think anyone says any Jordan Wilkins shares. I think that's a pretty deep stash. But even if Hines didn't give it a go, still wouldn't be telling you to rush to go grab a Wilkins or anybody like that. I just think you got to crank up all of your DFS Jonathan Taylor starts this week for sure. They are playing the Bears, though. I just feel that if Hines is limited on a snap count, there could be a lot of work for Jonathan Taylor, especially if the Bears are locking. I mean, who do they have at receiver there now? They got Hilton. They lost Pittman. They got Zach Pascal, Mawali Cox.
The usher that gets tickets from the crowd, he's actually signed as a receiver this week due to injury. So
it's not the Patriots.
You know what? Everybody takes a page out of the Patriots book. That was the page of the Colts.
Here's Rippin. Hand off to Gordon. Good run. Good run. I like it. Good little start there. Jared Cook, he didn't practice today. He's a do not practice. Not really sure what to think there. I mean, he got taken out of that game. It's Thursday. He's not practicing. They're playing on, what is it, Sunday? Yeah, not Sunday afternoon. For some reason, I thought Sunday night again. So Sunday afternoon, yeah, I don't really love it. I'm going to say to hold off on him this week. Mike Thomas is coming back. I think they're going to make it a priority to get him and Kamara the ball. We talked up Emmanuel Sanders earlier. Maybe
we talked down Emmanuel Sanders.
Yeah, kind of. I mean, we did say there could be a little bit more availability with Cookout, but we're just not as high on him. I mean, with Mike Thomas coming back, there's going to be a lot of volume for him. Melvin Gordon with a very good run there, bringing it down to the 30-yard line for the Broncos. That was very good. 2 run plays here to start out. We haven't had a penalty, Nick. Did you want to make a dollar holler on who gets the first penalty?
Yes, Broncos.
You got Broncos? All right, cool. I got no problem.
A false start on Garrett Bowles.
Don't say that. What if it's just false start on the defense and then I make a dollar holler?
Well, it wouldn't be a false start on defense; it'd be offside.
Whatever, same thing.
Or neutral zone infraction.
Neutral zone infraction.
Hitting the belt,
Let's see what we get here. Do we get it right here?
How far back that tackle is?
Well, he's getting a head start. And it worked out. Another really good run for Gordon. They are moving the chains on the ground here very quickly, already at their own 35 on 3 plays, just running the ball. All right, so who else we got here? Duke Johnson Jr., we mentioned him. He's trending to play this week. Not telling you to get him in your lineups. I think he could be a potential solid stash for you going forward. I'm in a league where I lost, Marlon Mack, Divine Zigbo, like lickety-split. I picked.
Oh man, remember how high you were on Divine?
Oh my gosh, James Robinson, beautiful, right? But just a bland name. Divine Zigbo, great name, just didn't get the running back out of it. A catch for Melvin Gordon.
Oof.
Extra hit there, dick.
How was that not a penalty?
I don't know, man. I don't get the calls anymore. I don't, but that was a dick move. Don't love it. But yeah, Duke Johnson, potential deep stash for you in some deep leagues. I'm in a deep 14-team league where I've got like no running backs, Marlon Mack, Zigbo, bang, gone. Those were my 2 bench guys, and I've got literally Duke Johnson Jr. and Wayne Gallman sitting behind.
Mob squad.
Yeah, sitting behind Zeke and Kenyon Drake, who are never going to leave my lineup. It's not a 0 RB strategy, but like I picked like my 2 running backs, and then I was like, all right, I'm done. And I got Zigbo and Mack at the back end of my draft for really cheap. Flag on the play. That
was a Tim Patrick too.
Who's it on though?
That was on the Jets.
That was on the Jets. So you owe me $1 and you can throw that flag.
Oh man, I forgot about that.
But you get to throw the flag.
Oh,
woo! Flag on the play. We got flags. What's up? Take it to the Hizzy. Smash the like button. Share the video. Let's go. Jets are up 7-0. Broncos are moving the ball.
Hey, Chris, George Washington.
Thank you. Put that over here. All right.
Jimmy asked a question. Hey, guys, with the Steelers game being canceled this week, who should I start in place of Big Ben? I need to get back in the win column fantasy. Fitzpatrick, Bridgewater, or Herbert? Ooh, that's a great question, Jimmy.
So, Jimmy, I'm in a similar situation. I had Tannehill. He's on the bench. I own 2 of these guys. So I got Fitzpatrick and Herbert, starting Fitzpatrick. I'm looking at the Miami Dolphins. They battled the Bills. And they looked great up against the Jags. Oh, was that Hamler?
No.
Is that Hamilton? Oh, Deshaun. No props for Deshaun tonight. That sucks. Flag on the play, though. But yeah, I'm going Fitzpatrick. I'm leaning towards him. He looked good. I mean, obviously it was the Jags last week, but he still looked really good up against the Bills. And that was a team that was cranking up the points, making the Bills play from behind, eating up garbage time. I was all about it. So, yeah, I'm starting Fitzpatrick this week. Herbert going up against that Tampa defense. There's a lot of talk about Antoine Winfield today getting Rookie of the Month in that secondary.
Wow, that's impressive.
Yep. There's already been enough hype and enough excitement from their front seven. That front group there for the Bucs is legitimate, potentially best in the league. Right there with the Niners and the Bears. All of them right there. So yeah, I'm leaning Fitzpatrick. I could see Herbert making some mistakes. The upside for Herbert is a ton of volume. He's been passing a lot. Carolina this week, I don't love it. Bridgewater, he's not making like a ton of mistakes, but at the same time, he doesn't seem like that boom candidate. Like, it's a passing offense there without McCaffrey there, but he just doesn't seem to have like that big boom ability like a Fitzpatrick or a Herbert could. Like Herbert coming in that first week up against the Chiefs, loved it. Went out and spent the fob on it. Not loving what I've seen since, and I'm not necessarily concerned, but I don't love the Anthony Lynn talk about Noah Fant with a nice catch. That was a good throw and catch there for the boys. Damn it, getting these numbers wrong. Tim Patrick.
See, nice catch. The lower end guys have a lot of chemistry with Brett Rippon.
So who's he got his completions to then? He's got one to Gordon. Is that his second then?
Yeah, I think so.
Gordon should be expected there. But yeah, throwing Fitzpatrick. I'm feeling it. Seahawks, they're still allowing a lot of points to the quarterback position. Passers alike allowing a lot of yards because offense is going up. They're going up quick. And I expect Russ to cook. I think he's going to do just fine this week. Fire up Fitz. Inside handoff to Gordon in scoring position. Getting down to the 20 here. The Jets 20. Getting ready to crank this over. I may have to bet it live. Let's see what live numbers we got here. So Godwin out. Edwards is out still for Oakland. We mentioned that earlier. Bell could return week 5. Jalen Reagor to the IR, potentially until week 6. I think we may have gotten through everything. Zach Moss, Scotty Miller. Debo returned to practice this week. Not starting him, right? No, not starting Debo. How about Brandon Ayuk, man? He had a ball game last week. I'm all about some Brandon Ayuk.
Oh, man.
Oh, and the dump. Gets rid of it. Let's go.
Man,
I was no fan.
Brett Rippon has taken some hits, man. Welcome to the NFL.
That was a good play. All right, we're in scoring position. 3rd and 2. Who's getting the ball, Nick? You want to make this dollar holler again?
Sure.
We got it live here.
I got $5 in my wallet.
So
$5 holler.
I see the wallet, but I can't reach it. I got some 5s in there, buddy.
There's a reason for that. Let me see.
3rd and 2.
3rd and 2. Gordon.
I'm gonna say a pass.
Gordon's not even on the field.
I'm gonna say a pass to anyone. It's a pass. Dead play. Boo. We want to make a dollar holler. Take it back. Oh, boo. False start offense. Rippin'. Do better. Get this offense rolling.
What number was it?
I don't know. I didn't see.
88. Dang. I thought it was 75.
Oh, there it was. Old boy called it. Let's see what we got here.
Yeah,
Nick Vanette.
Yeah, good job, Nick. You're going to be cut. Just pack up your shit. Thanks.
Pack up your shit and go home.
I'd be the worst NFL coach because I would just cut everybody that drops.
You wouldn't have many
dollars.
You wouldn't have a lot of players.
I would bring a lot of people out.
I think your team would look like the Jets if that's the case. Oh shit! There's no line there. What was that play? That was a blown up play. Bad play call. A pass to Freeman, to Royce Freeman. That's a bad play call. Looked like it was some sort of screen. The formation wasn't there. Try that one again through walkthroughs, Broncos. Let's go. Come on. We can do better than that. Like the line, watch the line slip to just let them through. 78's moving up the field for blocking. It's a screenplay for sure. They just have no execution on it whatsoever. Greg Williams really happy under that mask. You can see it in his eyes. Put a $50K bounty tonight on Rippin'. And the kick is good. 7-3. Jets lead. 4:45 left in the first. All right. We got Gase on the hot seat. Talked about this a little bit yesterday. Lamar Miller going to the Bears. Anything there for you?
No.
You think they sign him?
No.
Yeah, I really don't either. I don't know. But at the same time, like, why do you bring the guy in? You know?
Just to see what's out there, you know.
Spencer Ware's out there. We were talking about him not that long ago. He's available.
I don't know. I wish I was in the NFL so I could at least see what the business side is, because some of these, like, bringing people in, like, why did Houston bring in Earl Thomas? Like, shouldn't the Cowboys bring him in? Shouldn't maybe I'm gonna say Seattle, but he already was there.
Mm-hmm.
But Texans, like, that's kind of a team out of left field. I just don't. For me, if you hear, they worked something out, that means that they're not signing them, because they would sign them right on the spot if they wanted them. They're just not sure. They just want to see the speed, see strength, see reaction time.
Heck, Kevin White got signed and dropped.
Kevin White, I don't like talking about him. He's
save him for Emron. Well, Lamar Miller, I mean, he technically got signed by the Patriots and cut, so maybe we see something of the same.
Reggie Wayne was signed and cut by the Patriots, so
well, not his prime.
Not his prime. Basically, I don't know if you guys remember this, but
so was Tim Tebow. He was signed and cut.
Yeah, but I remember Reggie Wayne, like, went there for like one day and it was like, nah, I'm good. I don't want to do this.
This is not relaxing.
This ain't India.
This isn't the pre-retirement year I was hoping for. Seems like a lot of work. See ya.
I gotta run laps on the receiver. What?
Yeah, I mean, I have to what for targets? Compete, practice. I don't.
Gotta run block. What?
We talking about practice?
You talking about blocking?
You talking about practice?
You paid me to catch the ball.
Catch in the end zone. In the end zone specifically. Don't target me other places. Speaking of Patriots, that backfield, I know you hate it. But we got to talk about it. James White practices today. He's back. He's with the team. It's good. Obviously, not injury related. His father passed away. Shout out the White family. Gonna probably play this weekend, I'm assuming, but there is talk that he could still be inactive because he's been gone. He hasn't been practicing. He hasn't been there getting those reps. Are you desperate enough to start James White this week?
Negative, Chris.
I'm not either. I'm not there. I feel like I've got better options. I mean, honestly, I think Braxton Berrios tonight could have been a better option. He hasn't even recorded a stat yet, but that was because I was high up against streaming against this defense for the Broncos, 29th up against the pass right now. But at the same time, like James White, I love it. I think they might even try to get him a touchdown, but it could literally be 1 to 3 touches, and that's it. Like if he's playing distraction, decoy type of scenario.
Old school Jerome Bettis touchdown. 1 yard, 1 touch, 1 touchdown.
Oh, you mean Mike Evans? He's got 3 of those in 3 weeks.
Wow.
2 last week and 1 in week 1. What is with that? I also called for Gronkowski, speaking of the Buccaneers, to get at least 5 targets last week. I believe he got 6 or 7. Yeah. You know why? Because he went out there on the forefront, got in the front lines on social media, and was like, I fucking block. That's what I'm here to do. And immediately I was like, well, Gronk blocks. Incoming 5 targets. And sure as shit, there they were. It was like 6 or 7, and he had a respectable stat line. I was like, oh, hey, it's alive. Gronk is alive. That's what I felt like on Sunday. I was like, he's catching stuff. He's moving the ball. Let's go. So you say the right stuff. Sometimes you'll catch a few more balls. Darnold dishes it out. That was Berrios. Griffin. I'm just going to stop calling out numbers for these Jets guys. Don't watch enough Jets games, and I'm proud of that. Feel pretty good about it. Feel pretty good about it. All right, so I got to bring it up. It's a pretty popular strategy in fantasy, right? It happens. Doesn't happen all the time, but it happens, and I did it this week. Emron, brother, I'm sorry, but I had to do it. I had to snipe Brett Rippon from you. I got Matt Ryan, Jared Goff. I got Derek Carr even on the bench. But it's a super flex league. I'm playing you this week, and brother, you got 1 quarterback. You just got 1. There's only 1 other potential starter on free agency. I have no need for this guy whatsoever. Drew Lock could be back next week, but when your opponent needs a quarterback or needs a high-end player, and that position is super limited in free agency, you got to snipe it. I spent $16.
Breaking the bank.
Whatever. Whatever. You got to spend something to sometimes prevent your opponent from putting points on the board. Now, Imran's got a pretty good team. I mean, honestly, his team might be able to beat mine without the quarterback. I've got some holes to fill. We don't know what's going on with Julio. I don't still feel that great about the Vikings. I'm feeling like a Dalvin Cook's going to lay an egg one of these days or get hurt or something. I don't necessarily love all of my guys. Marquise Brown is struggling. I don't know if I'm going to start Ingram this week. I got some stuff to work through. But I'm coming off a win. I'm feeling good. And damn it, Emron, I need a dub, man. I need a dub. And you passed up, what was it, Baker Mayfield to the team that I played, what was it, week 1 or 2? You owe me a win, man. I'm sorry. So I had to do it. Snipe whenever you can, guys. It's not something you can really do, I think, outside of the quarterback position, just because there's so many options. But maybe a kicker you can, or a defense. I don't know. That's, I guess, the only other thing, just because the options are so limited. Other than that, that's really all I can think of is a kicker or defense. If I picked up Gostkowski this week, kicker of the month or whatever, something player of the month.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, he has 3 game-winning field goals. He had those 3 misses in week 1, but he hasn't missed one since. But I picked him up and then immediately had to drop him today because of the Titans and Steelers news. Darnold, working out of the pocket, gets smacked, taken down. 45 is he's letting him know about it. Did he break his elbow? Something is not feeling good for Darnold right now. He is favoring that arm, that right side there. He said, wow. He just let out a big wow. Could be hurting. Who is he looking for there? Cager? I don't even know these guys. Jeez. Ooh, owie. Really holding on to that ball. Good they didn't fumble it. I got to believe this is a handoff, Nick.
Run. Yeah.
I got to believe this is a run. Yep, gives a nice, easy run to Frank Gore, your boy. Let's go. Break it outside. Good run. Good run for your boy Gore. Nick's got him in the fantasy lineup tonight. He needs him. Flag on the play. I challenge. Boo. Take it back. Frank Gore runs.
Oh, no.
Boo. Let the man eat.
They took him out.
Oh, no. Rest in peace, Sam Darnold. Alex Lewis. Somebody Lewis. That may have even been the wrong name there. Oh, he's done. You see his face, bro. When he hits the ground like that, when he gets just taken down, hammered, oh, he knows. Man, what's up with the color of his lips, man? Does he still have mono? The hell? Love that hair, though. Love that New York hair. Joe Flacco! Unleash the Joe Flacco. Damn, Emron, you could have had Joe Flacco tonight. Fuck. You could have had him. He is holding that arm. He's not dragging it whatsoever. He will not let it loose. 2nd and 30. Joe Flacco, Super Bowl champion. He's in. Wow. What a turn of events. Joe Flacco, I don't even know if he was ready to play this week. Hey, Emron, you can go get a quarterback for next week, potentially. Joe Flacco making his way. That photo, I feel like, is a little old. It's a little old photo. Oh, you know what? Maybe it was the grass. Maybe. The injuries on this field are ridiculous. They're already throwing a flag. They already threw a flag. Was it replacements they huddled incorrectly? Did someone throw up on the field? It's on the defense.
Free start, guys, on Thursday night.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, actually the start was good. I mean, the first drive, Darnold's like, I'm not going in that fucking tent. I'm not going in there. I'm leaving. Oh, I'm not going in there. Dude was in the tent for a second, and then watch the arm here. Oh, they take it away. But he's like holding it up like that. Flacco delivers, dime.
Is that Brad Smith?
Bro, I don't know. I don't know these Jets players. Who was the coach that PFT just did that with? Oh my gosh, it was driving me crazy. Was it Lane Kiffin? Lane Kiffin was like, the PFT was like, oh, well, what if a spot opens up for the Jets for like a coaching job? Lane was like, have you seen that roster? He's like, no, thank you. I don't want to coach the Jets next year. I'm good. Like, oh, you could have LaMichael P. Ryan, trade Sam Darnold, Frank Gore retires with Joe Flacco. Oh man, you can trade, Braxton Berrios for, a bag of balls, maybe a tackling dummy,
There you go.
something like that. I don't know.
Hustle.
Chris Hogan could go back to the Patriots. I don't know. All right, let's take a look at some live numbers here. And pull up the live total for this game. I should have had it up a while ago, but it's going to be a little bit different with Flacco, and I got to imagine they're moving around the numbers here a little bit with a cold quarterback coming into the game. See, you got here. Got a case of the hiccups there, Nick?
Yeah, I hate hiccups. Sorry about that, guys.
40.5 is still the number here. I got to feel like I'm on the under right now with Flacco coming into the game, right? Like I got to feel like he's not going to necessarily bring, the Jets rolling down the field or anything like that.
Yeah.
Rippin already not showing us really, much of much.
Could be a tackling dummy. I see them pounding the ball. Michael P. Ryan 3-4 all day.
I think it's going to be a lot of that from the Broncos as well. I mean, Rippin I didn't love him on that last drive. We'll see what we get on the next one. You got it bad, brother.
I know.
You got it bad. We got to get you some water or something.
Right now. Trying.
Hold your breath.
That's why I've been quiet.
Anyone in the chat, give us your suggestions for curing Nick's hiccups without water right now, other than holding his breath. We gave you one. Give us another.
It's almost done.
It's almost done. You mean done holding your breath? Okay.
Gotta concentrate on the diet.
There it is. You got it. See, just Google that shit. Yeah, I'm still gonna lean on the under here. We're at a 10-point total, coming out at potentially to close out this quarter with just 10 points on the board, a 40-point pace. Do the quick easy math, and you'd fall just short. I'm gonna hold off a little bit. I'm gonna wait till I get a little bit better value. Right now it's minus 115. It's going even both ways. And even if I get one of these numbers at like minus 180, minus 160, I'll take it. I mean, they might try to trap me, but obviously assess the situation where it's at that time, and we'll go from there. Jets are punting. Let's take a look at some matchups for this week. Actually, no, pull up those season-long props. Let's go over some of those because we just started the second quarter here. And if you guys don't know, we only go through halftime on primetime nights. So Monday and Thursday night football, we're just going through the halftime, and we start about an hour. Well, not about. We start an hour ahead of kickoff, and then through to halftime for the show. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So throw some at me here.
First quarterback bench in 2020 regular season. The entire list.
Give me the top 5, and then give me some sleepers. Like, give me the top 5, and then some back end guys, because I know that list is going to be long. So potential quarterbacks first to be benched.
Okay. Ready?
Number 1.
Sam Darnold at plus 350.
Can't happen because he's already hurt. So can't bench him if he's hurt. That's not a benching.
Justin Herbert.
I think that's a good second one just because Anthony Lynn just won't back down from this nonsense about Tyrod Taylor being the quarterback even when he's healthy. I don't love it. Give me the next option. I think that's some good value though. What was the bet value? Plus what?
Plus 400.
Plus 400 is pretty good. 4-1 odds is not bad for Herbert. Who's next?
Ryan Fitzpatrick.
No. What's his pay?
400.
No, definitely not.
Dwayne Haskins plus 450.
Feeling that. I feel that Allen might have enough time to have the reps, the playbook, all that. I don't know.
Daniel Jones plus 750.
No, not Dan Jones.
And then Gardner Minshew at plus 800.
No, definitely
not. Kirk Cousins plus 1,000.
Definitely not.
Yeah.
These are benching, guys. These are bench your quarterback for the next guy. Where the fuck is Carson Wentz?
Yeah, Carson Wentz isn't on there. Gardner Minshew's on there. That's kind of weird.
Carson Wentz is not on that list?
Nope.
BetOnline.ag.
Get it together.
What are you doing? Carson Wentz? I mean, Peterson said, yeah, like, I'm not going to bench him. We're not going with Hurts. We're not going to do that. I don't know why. Wentz doesn't look good, but like he's in a similar scenario where it's like, okay, face of the team, quarterback, did not take them to a Super Bowl. Let's be clear about that. I don't love that. I think he should be on that list plus 800 even or whatever. Give better odds.
Okay, ready?
What do you got? What's next one?
Mitchell Trubisky starts another game.
What's the value?
No, negative or minus 350. Yes, plus 225.
You're just betting on if Foles gets injured. I don't think that Foles gets taken out for performance issues. I don't think that's the case. You're betting on if Foles is healthy or not healthy. He got hurt last year. I'm not going to say he's prone to injury. Last year it was a shoulder injury. Collarbone. Thank you. So I don't love the value for that. No, like he said all of last year, he's been sitting out these games. I don't love that. I'm going to say Foles rides it out. Mitch does not touch the field again in a quarterback fashion. Okay. Maybe Nagy rolls out some trickery. Rolls them both out there.
So here's your Wentz benching. Wait, he has his own benching.
There you go, Bet Online. I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. I'm sorry.
All right. No is -300. Yes is +200.
I'll take that. Give me +200. Give me 2-1 odds. Fuck it. Yeah. The way that he's been playing. If you look,
it could happen this week if he really messes up.
Did you see the stat about Russ Wilson? He would have to throw 45 straight interceptions without a single touchdown to actually equivalent himself to Carson Wentz's passer rating.
The stat was Russell Wilson could throw 46 straight interceptions and still have a higher passer rating than Carson Wentz.
Ridiculous.
That is incredible.
Ridiculous, Carson
46
Wentz.
Straight interceptions.
Dig yourself out of that hole, man. Like, what are you going to do? Personally, I don't think it's all on him. I think it is a lot about the Eagles, like that offensive line, their inconsistencies with the weapons that they're surrounding him with. Obviously, he didn't have Miles Sanders week 1, but believe me, there's been some drives. This dude has just looked bad, real bad, typically in the third and fourth quarter. Sorry, Eagles fans. He's just been really bad in the second half of games. Ripping, looking for Patrick on that one, and he just got rid of it. Did they take him down again? The Jets defense is just keeping the Broncos on the field, moving the chains. Tell me that's on the Jets. Come on. Let's get to it. Let's go. We can't play the sound. You know this. Hey, get that mask on, Williams. I see you.
All right, so going off on Carson Wentz.
Jalen
Hurts first game at QB. It goes by weeks.
Okay.
So week 15 to 17 plus 150. Week 12 to 14 plus 225.
Give me 1 second. I'm just going to pull up their schedule.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. So the Eagles schedule. Let's see here. Not the full NFL schedule. Jesus. Cheese and rice. We need Google for everything. All right, they don't want to bring it up, by the way. Eagles. I don't want to go to Yahoo. Thank you. All right, so we got the Niners. I think they let him play through that. Then they got the Steelers. They let him play through that. The Ravens. I mean, if Carson Wentz doesn't get a win in his Jerry Jeudy to the house, I have him on my bench, but I don't care because that play was fucking beautiful. Beautiful play.
Thank you. I needed that so bad.
Jerry Jeudy comes alive. Thursday Night Football. Brett Rippon hitting him deep outside the numbers, going up and fighting a defender for it, comes down with it and does a little dance to top it off. Jerry Jeudy, welcome to the NFL, finds pay dirt for the first time. Sorry, Phil Desir. Over the top of the DB, taking it from him. Love it. Let's go, Jerry Jeudy. I hate Brett Rippon not giving me the confidence to start Jeudy tonight. Arrgh. I love it. Drives me crazy. Immediately my phone goes off. Brett Rippon scores a touchdown. Brett Rippon on the bench too. No, that was a great play, man. That was the most exciting play of the game outside of Darnold. Dude, it hit Desir in the helmet. It hit him in the face. The dude just needs to knock down the ball. It's actually a really bad play by the defender. Kind of disappointed, if anything. Kind of takes it back. But back to Wentz and Hurts. Yeah, if Wentz doesn't get a win in these next 3 games, Giants, Cowboys, Giants again. Who's after that? Here we go. Giants again. Browns, Seahawks. Yes. So it would be week. Let's see. This is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 would be prime time for Hurts.
Ooh, okay. So that's where the split is. So
they're smart.
Week 8 to 11 plus 250. Week 4 to 7 plus 400.
The only thing that I could see the Eagles holding off on, because let's see, this is week 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So halfway through the season, I actually think we should go to week 9, because I don't think you roll out your rookie quarterback in prime time. And what is it? 10:22, they play the Giants, prime time. The following week, Cowboys, prime time. I'm not sure you let them go up against a division rival in that scenario. Obviously, we're talking like no fans and things like that. Those are both home games. Maybe you do get them in on a home game before you take them on the road against the Giants, but the games after that are equally just as good. The Giants, the Browns, the Seahawks, the Packers, defense is not that great. These next 3 games, Eagles, Steelers, Ravens, I think you leave Wentz in. I don't think you feed Hurts to the wolves, essentially. I like the following game, Giants and Cowboys, though. The only thing is it's prime time. Maybe I'm just reading into it a little bit too much, but I don't love their defenses.
Yeah.
The Giants, to me, is the most opportune time to start him, the most opportune. And honestly, who knows how long Wentz can last behind that offensive line? He was getting killed week 1. I got to imagine this week that the Steelers next week and the 49ers this week are just going to be smashing the hell out of that offensive line, tearing down the doors.
Yeah.
I got to imagine so. What else you got?
I had one more that I wanted to show you. It was, will any 0-3 team qualify for the playoffs? No is -700. Yes, +400.
Got to look at some 0-3 teams. Got to check them out. Falcons, maybe. I mean, you got to remember we have the extra spot this year, don't we?
I think so.
Yeah, so you got an extra team that could potentially make it in. Falcons is the first one coming to my head, just based off of their offense, right? And kind of somewhat electric defense, not holding them in games. Let's see.
0-3 teams. We got New York Jets, New York Giants, Minnesota, Houston, Atlanta, Denver, and that's it.
Houston and Minnesota are interesting. I had Minnesota, in as like I had the Bears, the Vikings, and Minnesota all making the playoffs. Like them being the one division that has 3 teams with that extra spot. So I think the Vikings are an option if they can get it together. Need a lot to happen though. Got to get Dalvin Cook fed a little bit more. Got to get Jefferson rolling. More consistency there. You don't want him to be peaks and valleys. Every other week, right? You want him to have a consistent role. So yeah, Vikings are an option. Houston and Atlanta, those are the only other 2 that really speak to me.
I think looking at the standings,
Darnold throwing on the sideline. Sorry.
No, I saw it. Yeah. I think Minnesota has a good shot. No offense to Chicago, but Chicago has had some issues. They have fixed it with Foles coming in, so I am more hopeful for them. But they've been in some very, very, very tight games. Cardiac kids. I can attest to that because I've definitely felt Justin's heartbeat jump a couple hundred beats per minute. The Atlanta, I don't see them fixing anything. I see this being last year for Dan Quinn. Houston, their offense is just not healthy. It's not together. Denver, there's just too many issues. Jets, they're going to go deeper in the toilet. Giants, the injuries are just piling up for them. So I would say Houston and Minnesota are my 2 to actually try and get to the playoffs.
Absolutely. So Jets got Darnold back on the field. Let's see if he stays alive. They pop that shoulder back in there. Oh, it goes down first play. Bradley Chubb. Yeah, Sheese is right. 4th down. Darnold, 6 for 8, 51 passing yards. Probably has more rushing yards. But yeah, I mean, plays broken up right away. I mean, the offensive line is trash, just trash. I mean, Darnold got down very well. He fell like a pro, saving the arms, the legs. Please don't hurt me. I'm just trying to survive one more night with this coach, please. And now we got an injured Denver player. 11:46 left in the half here. Yeah, let's get to some bets that we like this week. I'm going to be on the Bears over the Colts. Kind of going back to the Bears in that division. Bears just have the best defense right now. I would have argued the Packers were like kind of there with them or close. Haven't shown it. Yeah. Bears defense has won them 3 games.
I do like Jair Alexander out of Green Bay.
Yeah. No, they have playmakers for sure.
Yeah,
for sure.
Yeah, with TJ Watt being out this week, Jair Alexander ended up being my pickup for my IDP league.
Okay.
So I'm really happy about that.
Okay.
But yeah, I do understand what you're saying. Like for me, Chicago's issue is not their defense; it's their offense.
Yeah, and we'll really see what we get this week. Yeah. Like we only got a half of Nick Foles. We saw some positive stuff from Trubisky at times. I gave you first 2 weeks, 3 out of 8 quarters. Hey, 3 good quarters, 3 good quarters. Still led him to a victory. Still got one of those wins, right? You got to hand it to him. But at the same time, we got to see what we get going forward. I'm going to be on him. The confidence of Foles, I think it spoke a lot. I think all of the commentary and feedback that we got from all of the players on the Bears, all the offensive guys, Miller, Graham, even A-Rob, just hyping up his confidence, just like his persona in the huddle and everything like that. Everybody felt like, yeah, we're going to do this. We're going to do this. Jimmy Graham even said at one point, like, we have that play. Okay, cool. Let's go. Let's do it. We have that. All right, sweet. Just kind of Foles just showing his experience, I think, more than anything. And yeah, exactly. Mitch kind of still got those bright eyes, deer in the headlights,
The Eli Manning stare.
Can I do this? And I think sometimes he really believes he can, and other times, sorry, he doesn't. That's just the way it is. I'm going to be on the Bears this week, plus money at home. Give me the home dogs, plus 120 at home for the Bears. I'm going to be all over that.
Jimmy has a question. He said, still rolling with Mixon, or should I be looking to make a move soon?
I would try to sell Mixon. I think Mixon is a very good sell concept right now. I don't think you're going to get a ton for him. I think you get a good game out of him and you try to steal a bag from somebody. You just put something together for a couple of players that you're higher on maybe, or that the other owner just has tons of depth at, doesn't have injuries. And, I think the guys that I like to target are honestly the very top or the very bottom. Like if you see someone in first place that has a ton of depth, they're rolling, they have good players on their bench they're not even using, throw them a Mixon, especially if you've played them already. If you've played them already, then definitely trade with them because you probably won't have to play them again, especially if it's a 14-team league. A team that you won't play again that you can just, I don't care if you go to the playoffs. You beat me in the playoffs. I still got to get there. That's what you're concerned with, right? So what do you think about Joe Mixon for James Robinson, Nick?
I'd be happy with that, to be completely honest. I mean,
it sounds pretty fucking weird, though, does it not? It sounds pretty fucking crazy.
We're in 2020, guys. Anything's possible.
Another question. Oh, that was it. Yeah, so I look to grab him for somebody that you're really high on, maybe a couple of guys, maybe even a running back or a receiver. It just seems like they're going to be passing a lot there. They're playing from behind, and Burrow, he doesn't like losing, so we're going to pass. We're going to pass a lot. I feel like he could be doing like the kind of the Aaron Rodgers thing where he's just like, sorry, helmet's not working. I got it. We're not running, guys. Adams, go to the L. I have Eckler and Jonathan Taylor as my other RBs. Yeah, man, I think you can load up. We mentioned Nyheim Hines. He's limited this week. Obviously, he does have a role there, but, Jonathan Taylor, ROS, rest of the season, I think he's going to be a solid option. I would be willing to get rid of a Mixon and ante up at maybe a receiver or a tight end. Those guys that drafted like Kelsey's or Kittle's or something like that. Maybe you're high on Kittle. I bet someone would pop off a Kittle for a Mixon if you're really hurting at tight end or something like that. Go for where people have a ton of depth. Go for a ton of depth. Emron just texted us about the mic.
Yep.
Could say that in the chat, Emron. It'd be a little quicker. We can text you a little bit quicker.
It said we already tried troubleshooting.
Yeah, and that's your mic, Emron. What are you doing over there, man? What are you doing to your mic, man?
Unbelievable, dude.
Come on,
unbelievable.
Now. We just plugged it in, same as any time. All right, man.
Jets are playing very undisciplined. They're causing a lot of penalties. Honestly, it just seems like they don't give a shit.
The goddamn Jets. Who would have thunk it? Not playing disciplined football. We got the Broncos at the 50 here, 1st and 10. This is going to be no, it's not going to be a handoff. Blitz picks him up right here. Rippin rolls outside the numbers, dishes it, almost intercepted. I don't think it's going to count. He's out of bounds. Out of bounds. Fair enough. Shout out Blake. Said he misses us, wishes he was in the chat. He's got to spend some time with his wife tonight.
We get it.
Shout out to the Jacobs family. We'll see you next time. Blake. Oh, that Jerry Jeudy catch. I could watch it over and over. He also texted me. He's like, you got Jeudy on your bench, by the way. I was like, yeah, bro, I know.
I don't.
Yeah, I got names ahead of him, like
Julio Jones, Mike Thomas.
No,
Mike Evans.
not those guys. I got Julio, but not the same league as him. Not the
Did
same
you see
league as
that
him.
Sealy had like Mike Thomas and Mike Evans and like
Yeah, he had like everyone that was hurt. It was the Mike Thomas, Sutton, and Crowder lineup.
That's an interception.
I think that's an interception. Oh, I think his feet are actually off the ground
He
though.
was dragging now. You can see the.
Let's see. This is a good view. Possession. Yeah, I think that's an interception. I think the Jets just made up for that. Oh, challenge flag. I already threw the red flag. Darn. Wasted the red flag. Sorry, guys. Killing me. Let's check out the live total after that score there. Let's see here. Any other games that you're liking? I mentioned the Bears. I like them at plus money at home. Lions plus money at home. I mentioned LaShawn or Marshawn Lattimore potentially being out. You going to take it to the Hizzy there? You're going to try to sneak one in with the Lions?
No, I might try to sneak one in with the Dolphins covering 6.5. Yeah, I saw that. I was like, whoa.
I like that too. Ah, man.
Seattle's defense is so shitty.
Yeah, you know what else I like is the Patriots covering 7 points. Yeah, they're still at 7 against the Chiefs. I mean, they're going on the road, but
that's so dangerous because man, the Chiefs are so electric. Like they can get up 2 real fast.
Oh no! Oh, they absolutely can. But I liked what I saw out of Newton and the Patriots when they were playing from behind up against Seattle. Like when the Patriots wanted to push the tempo at the end of that game, they were definitely able to do it. They were definitely able to push the tempo, able to feed Endelman. That was his 179-yard receiving game. We could see a little bit more of that. I'm not sure. I mean, we've been talking up these running backs coming back, but Damiere Byrd still active there, still getting a little bit out of Endelman. They're dishing the ball around. I mean, what do you think? Can they cover? Not feeling it.
It's just different offenses, man.
So this book actually has the Chiefs covering -7 at plus 100, and the Patriots at +7 is -120. The book is feeling it. They're trying to trick us.
Not feeling it.
You can't trick us with that evil magic.
It's literally like a triple option offense against a high flying spread offense.
Well, we saw that, and I guess that's where what I like about the Patriots is that they can run the RPO and they can also spread it out wide. Whereas Lamar and company was not able to Monday Night Football. They don't necessarily have like the receiving talent right now, like you kind of mentioned. Like maybe need Julio Jones.
Do you consider what they have in New England receiving talent? I mean, there's a lot of unproven dudes there.
Like who? Like Rex Burkhead?
No, receivers.
I know. I'm just kidding.
Like the only one that sticks out of my mind is Julian Edelman and N'Keal Harry.
Damiere Byrd is coming along here.
Fourth receiver. Okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, their offense just is not pass first unless they're put into that scenario. And I do see them coming out with the RPO, that triple option. I do see them playing that deception game early on. But if the Chiefs go up, like you mentioned, hovering the spreads, really creating that gap, I think that the Patriots, dial up go mode.
I know. I definitely see them doing that.
And hanging in there.
They're not as lethal as Kansas City, man. Like, they're going to try and step on the gas, and they're going to be racing against, like, a Murcielago, and they're being acidic. Like, that's kind of how the offenses are.
I mean, I could see the same thing happening for the Dolphins. I mean, we like Devontae Parker, and we like Preston Williams and Fitzpatrick, but they got no running game either. They haven't been running the ball a lot. If any team goes one-dimensional, any defense can make a play, right?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, the Dolphins and New England, well, I get the Dolphins versus New England. Like they seem like a team to me, the Dolphins, that if they make a mistake, if they lose a drive, they could pack it in. Like it can be over really quick for them. Whereas the Patriots, you're never going to count them out of that game. Similar to, the Ravens, they still had a drive to tie up that game. They had a drive. They were covering and or not covering 7 or whatever the spread was that game. They were covering 7. But when it came down to it, the Chiefs just wanted to play keep away at the end. They could have even ran up more points and they didn't. Yeah. That was nuts. And then, the stuff that we saw, I don't think we see the same type of trickery, the Sherman, the Fisher stuff. I don't know if that cute stuff is going to work on Bill. I don't know. I don't know. That Sherman and Fisher touchdown. My God, I can't.
I don't get that.
It worked. It worked. I just don't know if it works on a guy like Bill. I don't know if Reed is necessarily going to be able to outcoach Belichick the same way he did Harbaugh in week 1. So, but no, I like both of those teams to cover. Honestly, I think that it could go either way. That Chiefs and Patriots game. I think 7 is just a big number to give the Patriots. I think it's just too big. I like 3. I like 5.5. I love 7 for that spread. So that was one that I saw on the board today that I was really liking. What's another one?
49ers and the Eagles. Eagles dogs by 7 points. I say the 49ers cover that.
Yeah, I think they cover 7 points at home. Eagles coming on the road. A lot of questions there. Who's going to be catching the ball? Everybody's banged up. We don't know if Wentz is going to make it another week. Strong defensive line play. Great completion there.
Brad Smith, man, who had him?
Right? Jeez. But Darnold, he's back. He's throwing, making completions, 7 for 9, 54 passing yards, getting it done. Not hitting that over. Not going to hit that over tonight. I don't see it. But yeah, Eagles on the road. I don't love it. I don't love that. I think the Niners easily cover that one. What about the Battle of 95? Ravens visiting the football team. Can the Ravens cover 14 points? 2 touchdowns. 2 touchdowns.
Yes.
Oh, 14 points is a lot. That's a lot. I don't.
Maybe like 15, 16.
Ooh. Oh man. I think with Chase Young out, I think you're right. Darnold taking a deep shot there to the corner of the end zone, just not on the mark whatsoever. To Cager again.
Miami.
This guy. Cool. Jets fans getting pumped about that one.
It's his birthday, I think. Cage's birthday.
Well, that would explain all the targets. Golly.
What about the Bills covering 3 against the Raiders?
Yeah, I think that's easily doable. I mean, the Raiders' defense has not been great. It's not been good at all.
And their offense isn't exactly high-powered.
I mean, realistically, the only thing that worries me about this is the pace of play. And the Buffalo defense hasn't been good either. It's been bad. Miami showed them up. The Rams came back last week. The Rams had no business being in that game after the first half, and they rolled in there. They got Josh Norman coming back this week for the Bills. Is he just going to poison that group or what? Is he going to create more problems or what do you think?
I think he's going to. I think having Chase Young out, which is the person that basically ran the defense, I think they're going to attack that side. I mean, there's just going to be an open hole. And oh, he looks bad.
Cager on his birthday just ripped out the ACL.
No, that's his hamstring.
Whatever.
He's done.
Oh yeah. He knew it right away too. And what happened here? Oh, just you're done. You're done.
Where's the slow-mo so you can see it snap?
Right there. Owie, owie, owie. Yeah, it's incomplete. We got a ref. Getting the ring finger in there. Jets kicking the field goal. Going to be tying it up here, it looks like. 10-10. 7:48 left in the half. Got to check the live number. This might be the time to get in on it. And to
Who cuts to a commercial during a field goal? Unbelievable, guys.
You're not wrong, Nick. You're not wrong. But, hey, that's why we ban the kicker. Get him out of your league, guys. No reason to have him in the league still. Jimmy says, go Bombers. Loving the hat.
I loved it.
Oh, you liked that? Here's a close one. Here's a good one. Bengals and the Jags. Get the Bengals? Oh, man. Your guys. Your guys. Burrow and Minshew. What are you going to do?
I'm only doing fantasy and DFS because I'm staying away from that one. Those teams are so unpredictable. Like, what are they going to do? Is Joe Burrow going to be able to throw for 60 times? Is he going to be able to stay actually upright? Is Gardner Minshew going to show up this week? There's just so many variables with this one. I am probably going to stay away from that one.
I guess the Bengals. I mean, it's really close. What is it? 161 minus 161. Bengals favored. Plus 141 for the Jags. It's close, man. I mean, when it's that narrow, I really like the plus money. Maybe the Minshew mania comes back, but they're playing on the road. They got a little bit of extra rest from the short week the previous week. Played last Thursday, so getting a few more reps, etc. Right? Burrow and company, though, I like them a little bit more. I think that's a good just action on a parlay, just because you do have that minus 61 and you can take them on the favored money, and it's going to even the odds. As far as the spread, I would stay away. This easily feels like a 1-point last field goal game with these two types of teams. But I'm leaning towards the Bengals here. What I saw against the Jaguars last week, Shark could still be limited. He could be on a snap count this week. I'm not really sure what we're going to get out of that situation. So, I would still lean to the Bengals just on the money line. They take an outright win there. Oh, over under those 49.5 should be an exciting game. They're expecting some fireworks.
Good. I need Minshew to go off in Vista.
But you're not going to. But you're not going to start Minshew.
No, I am starting.
Oh, over Brady?
Yeah, Brady's playing
the Chargers.
Yeah.
At home.
Yeah.
Minshew. I love. Hey, you're sticking to your guns, man. It's a good matchup. Bengals defense. It's not the Chargers defense, so I respect that. But man, it's gotta kind of give you a clap of the hand there. It's pretty solid. I mean, after that performance last week by Minshew, just not impressed. I'm not
impressed either, but
it is no good. Hammer the under, taking it right now. We're missing kicks, guys. I gotta take it. We're missing kicks. Oh, flag on the play.
Good.
Flag on the play. Why they got to do me like that? Who got it? Oh, they moved the total to 45.5. Kicking team?
Defense.
What?
Holding on defense.
Man, that's killing me. That just gave him a first down, too. I don't know.
Attacking the snapper. Half the distance.
Well, that's not nice. He's a punter. Man, so that's going to bring up first down for the Jets. So I'm not going to hammer that under. Damn it. Maybe they get an interception. Then I can do it. Then I'll feel good about it. All right, so back to the card here. Who else we got? Dallas Cowboys, -4.5 on the spread over the Browns. Can they do it? I'm always saying the Browns are not covering the spread. I always tell them, hey, never bet on the Browns to cover the spread. But can they do it this week, Nick? I disagree.
I'm going to say yes, because I think Nick Chubb is going to be running all over their defense.
Very likely. As Frank Gore takes a nice 5-yard run for you, Nick.
Good. And that's all I'm going to say about that. So,
all right. Few words.
Yeah, I mean, there's really not much to say about that, but I think Nick Chubb's going to run all over the defense. I mean, if the defense was a little bit better in Dallas, I would say, definitely bet against Cleveland against the spread, but their defense is too Swiss cheese. The
over and under in this game is at 56 points. The only game with a higher point total is the Falcons and Packers with 56.5. So the books are expecting a lot of points in this game. Change your mind at all? I mean, if you're feeling Chubb, you got to be feeling Zeke too, right? Browns D hasn't been great against the run.
I got Zeke in my fantasy team, so I'm very high on that. But the defensive issues in Dallas definitely give pause to thinking about this game. Like these aren't the Cleveland Browns of the early 2000s where it's just like, oh yeah, they're definitely going to be getting smacked every week. These guys actually do have an offensive talent, and Dallas's defense is. They
got some hitters, but not the Heat or whatever Yankees.
Yeah, but the Dallas team, the defense is just real bad. So I think that just having talent in Cleveland will definitely help being able to defeat that defense.
Pull it up here. Just wanted to see where the money was going on this one. Yeah, 4.5 to Dallas, 60-40, and everyone's in on the over at 66%. I think that the Cowboys are going to be coming out to prove something this week. Everybody's hating on the boys. Jerry came out dogging Dak, comparing him to Russ Wilson and Tony Romo about being able to make throws in special moments. I mean, damn, Dak had to keep himself upright at the end of that game, and Jerry's still shitting on him. What the hell is that all about? Darnold in trouble behind the line of scrimmage, rolling out to the left. Defender gets an arm on there, incomplete pass. Got it. What? Another flag? Oh my God. This is too much. Flags moving the Jets down the field now, too. I mean, where is the discipline from both sides? That's a great play by Chubb. Gets in on that arm, too, that was hurt by Darnold early in the game. Where's the pass interference? What? It's just dudes like each other. Like it's very minimal contact. Bring out the flags. I mean, Jesus Christ. Like you can't touch anybody.
Field goal.
Jeez, bring out the flag football on Thursday nights. Jesus Christ. It's killing me here. How are you going to make this one or are you going to miss it? I almost want to make
If he
$1.
misses it, he's getting cut with Gates.
Yeah, right? Share the bus home.
Yeah, Gates, can you bring the kicker with you too? Yeah.
Yeah.
Thanks.
When you're done, can you send in the kicker? Christ almighty. That's crazy. That's just crazy. 10-10, killed some time. Still liking the under. With 6 minutes left here. We see we get out of this this next drive from the Broncos, but man, not great. Let's see here. The Dallas, 23, ranked 23 up against the run right now. The Browns are 5th. Zeke might be in trouble. Let's see. Dallas defense, time on the field, 28th in the league. Ouch. Against passing yards, 28th. Total score, 30th. Dallas, not looking great. I mean, it's tough when you got to play Seattle and you're in that mix, right? Like, if you play Seattle or Buffalo, you're probably in that back end group there. It's going to be a little bit difficult for you. They shouldn't have got rid of Byron Jones. I don't get it. Should have paid him. I don't know. Let's see here. Here's another close one. What do you think about Houston hosting the Vikings? Minus 184 for Houston. Vikings plus 164.
I would choose the Vikings on this one.
Vikings coming on the road. Ugh, sorry to be on there. Yeah, I mean, we're higher on Jefferson this week, right? Coming off a big performance.
Probably going to be let down, but okay, yeah.
Vikings have been playing well in the second half of their games, but they're not getting off to a great start. I do see there being a little bit of upside there for the defensive line versus the Houston's offensive line. I think that they could, have some value there. The defensive line for the Vikings.
I say the same thing about Houston's defensive line because Minnesota offensive line is fucking horrible.
The only difference is Watkins can run back there, and Cousins has got to heave it up and hope for the best, or just play safe and get rid of it.
If he dies, he dies.
If he dies, he dies. We don't really care. Who says that? Jesus Christ. People have already died, bro. Chill out. If I die, I die. Well,
it was too soon, Kirk.
Yeah, it was real fucking soon, bro. Like,
we haven't even finished yet.
Yeah, and it's like, yeah, cool. Like, you die. Yeah, the Vikings are fine. They got a backup quarterback, and your family has all of your millions of dollars. Everyone will be fine, other than people that like you, bro. Chill out. My God, so aggressive. Kind of getting to that. We saw Williams taking off the masks. We see these guys getting fined. It was quiet after this week. I mean, do you think that the coaches have gotten the hint?
No. Did you see Bills get up? Like, he has like a thing on his nose that's curled up so he can speak right into the mic. I mean, they're just gonna try and get away over it, no matter what. Like,
Elway's up there with a mask on. You don't think he could get a spot somewhere where he can sit alone? Like what the hell? I don't get some of this stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because it's in New York and they're just forcing them. I know that New York, it's but in New York in general, though, they're very strict about it. New York is not hosting fans this year. Even if they wanted to, the state is just not going to let them. It was too big of an issue there. Where those people have to go after the game and all of the congested parts of the city, it's just not practical. It's just not whatsoever. So I wouldn't love that. Ravens, another team. I think the Ravens actually, they've been talking about kind of people. Yeah, but I don't know. Still in that area, you've been to that field before.
I've actually climbed on that stadium.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Climber. I put in some antennas. So if you guys have service there, you can thank me and the crew that I worked on 5 years ago.
You're welcome.
I was literally hanging off where the lights are. I got to see how a guy walked up there and put all the fireworks on there. Those guys are fucking crazy, man. They weren't wearing any safety materials. I'm hanging off with just one rope and stuff. Those guys are just walking around oh, hey guys, what's up? Oh, good to see you guys.
Different generation.
I'm you're literally at the top of the stadium. You fall, you're gonna be just dropping.
Dead.
Yeah, and he's oh yeah, I'm just putting fireworks. Yeah, I'm just going to the other one over there. Oh, okay, cool. Just hanging out, looking at the Inner Harbor.
No big deal.
No big deal.
It was dirty water, but you get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, either way, it's a very congested area where to get in there. Either way, like it's in the city itself, like it's just like right in the heart of the city. You know, you don't need people leaving and gathering in and outside of it and stuff like that. They were one of the early teams that came out and said, "No way, not happening."
Yeah, I mean, right outside the Baltimore Stadium, there's Pennsylvania Avenue, and that's where the Baltimore riots happened. So like, you take one turn off of Inner Harbor, you're walking into the wrong place.
Yep.
Happened to me a couple times. So you know, it is very congested. There's like 6 lanes that are only one way. So you know, it's just hell.
A lot of people, walking, commuting, and stuff like that there. Broncos at their own 25. Rippon taking another deep shot. Gonna get it to Patrick. Nice pass.
I got Tim Patrick on DFS.
Nice. I like it. Rippon. Feeling it. I think he looks better than Darnold personally. I mean, I know he threw that interception, but Darnold, man, he just hasn't looked the same since that run. Looks, I mean, good reason.
Got the series getting blasted today.
Yup. He was a lot better last year with the Colts.
Yeah.
Culture, mentality, it matters. Yeah. I mean, he was great for the Colts last year. I don't get it, but they were definitely expecting more out of him tonight. My goodness. That's got to be almost 100 yards total.
61.
That he's let up himself.
No.
I just mean Rippon himself has let up.
You mean this year?
Who did I say? Sorry.
You said Rippon.
Gotcha. That's a good throw. Sorry, someone's texting me. All right, see what else we got. Another favorites we like. Bucks, Chargers, I talked about that. Rams, Giants. I mean, Jesus, Rams are minus 715. Is there any shed of hope whatsoever for the Giants? Rams are minus 13 on the spread.
I benched Darius Slayton.
Oh.
And he's the only target really that's going to get Jalen Ramsey because they're probably going to put a linebacker on. Probably put a linebacker on. Let it flag. Put a linebacker on Evan Ingram. So you know, with Darius Slayton being shut down, and you know, there's no running back besides Devontae Freeman, who didn't have a job at the beginning of the season. Not really hopeful for the offense of New York at all.
No, absolutely. Rams, they just look better. I mean, all the weapons are there on offense. Kupp, Woods. I mean, they don't really have the running game solidified yet. I do think Akers can come on in the back end of this year, but I think we're waiting like literally week 6, 7, 8 for something like that.
He's going to take a while.
But the defense is not bad, man. They're getting it done. And when you have, you know, those types of talents up front and in the backfield and Donald and Ramsey, it just gives you more opportunity and creativity to, you know, mix it up in between, right? To, you know, take some more liberties in the middle of the field. So, yeah, I like the Rams this week. I don't know if I love that 13, though. I think that the Giants, could be playing from behind quite a bit, some garbage time value there. So I don't love the 13 spread. I just like the Rams on the win. I think that's the safest play. But, dear God, minus 715. I don't even know if I want that in my parlay. It's just going to be killing my value. You know, man, the books are not helping us out there. That should be some easy money. But, minus 17, that's a big number, man. And the over-under's at 48. Like, if you expect the Giants to have any pace of play, 13 minus 715, I don't like it. If I'm reading that right, hammer the under 48 points. You know,
yeah,
you could easily get a, 30-17 game. I just see that. Hamilton with his first catch of the game, I believe. Targeted a few times.
Sean McVay also isn't a coach to put the gas on the pedal and just keep it there. He definitely likes
very balanced attack.
Yeah, just relaxes kind of. I'm not saying like he relaxes to the point where he loses every time, like the Falcons. But
it's true. Not wrong.
But he's going to keep the lead and play smart and not take chances. And Jared Goff is not one of those guys that's going to be gunslinging around. He's going to do what Sean McVay does. So definitely understand why the under is more appealing than the over in that situation.
Yeah, but I just don't get it. You'd think with the money line like that for the Rams, that setup. Oh, Rippon going for a nice run, taking it.
Penalty.
Nice. Multiple flags on the play.
Probably targeting.
I like it. Let's move it to the one. Melvin Gordon time. I just want people to make money. I didn't bet any of this, guys. I just want it for y'all. Melvin Gordon needs a touchdown. Needs a tutty. You got the box score pulled up for this game? Can we get a recap of all the guys here? Since I shut down the stat tracker that was ruining our feed.
All right, so Brett Rippon is 9 for 11 for 141 yards.
Passing is there.
1 touchdown, 1 interception. Rating 111. Melvin Gordon, 8 carries, 29 yards. 3.6 yards per carry. Tim Patrick, 2 receptions, 61 yards, 30 yards per reception. Jerry Jeudy, 1 reception, 48 yards, 1 touchdown.
I love it, but it's one play, you know? Like I can't make my nut all in one play.
Noah Fant, 2 receptions, 17 yards. Deshaun Hamilton, 1 for 9. Nick Vanick, 1 for 7. Melvin Gordon, 1 for 1. Willis Freeman, 1 for -2.
Melvin Gordon only has 1 receiving yard?
Yeah, and 1 reception.
Ouch.
And then
So much for a lock.
Sam Darnold, 8 for 13 for 75 yards, 2 sacks, 77 passer rating. Sam Darnold's leading the Jets with 4 carries, 63 yards, and a touchdown. Frank Gore, 7 carries and 11 yards. Well, Michael Pirine, 2 for 5. And then Jeff Smith, 4 receptions, 55 yards.
Ooh,
Chris Hogan, 2 for 15. Jameson Crowder, 1 for 9. Frank Gore, 1 for 6. Ryan Griffin, 2 for 6. Braxton Berrios, 1 target. Lawrence Cager, 2 targets.
Okay. Cager, 2 targets and a torn hamstring. Rip that sucker out of there. You dying over there on me, buddy?
I don't know what's going on.
Got the hiccups? You got the sniffles?
Yeah, just hanging in there.
May have to go to the other chair here. Get the 6 feet going, man. Get the masks on.
Yeah.
That pizza looks delicious. That
did you tell me?
Sorry.
From someone that's allergic to gluten.
Sorry, buddy.
I look at that. I'm like,
sorry, buddy.
Man, like I missed that. Like,
sorry, buddy.
Sensation of pulling pizza and seeing cheese just like hanging off, and like there's so much oil. You got to get your napkin, and then you just like eat it, and that's not possible with gluten-free pizza. So.
Sorry, brother. Yes, that is not possible. I ordered some Sbarro the other day. Maryland pizza is really bad. I don't know what you were eating.
Does Sbarro have gluten-free?
Oh, hell no, bro.
Oh,
it's terrible.
Man.
It's terrible pizza. But I was surprisingly, like overwhelmed with my satisfaction. I was like, man, this is
overwhelmed with satisfaction.
This is really good. I just wanted like a
regular review.
Oh, I didn't. I would not do that. I would not do that because it was just by accident. I'm sure they didn't actually make it good on purpose. But I still had to dab the top a bit. Get all that grease off there from Sbarro, and get it the good old fold and get it in. It wasn't bad. It was pretty good. Caesar salad was banging. It was booming. Sbarro Caesar salad could be the best thing they have on their menu, other than maybe a pizzone. But yeah, I was pretty favorable to it. That was a Pizza Hut commercial. Just looking at that stuffed crust there, I was a big fan of it. Did you see that Ireland they've taken a stand? The country of Ireland, they're banning Subway because their belief is that their bread is not real bread.
What?
It's not real bread. So Subway getting shut down in Ireland. I can see Conor McGregor Subway chains or whatever, just sandwich chains popping up by the minute.
Yeah.
But I was like, whoa, Ireland taking a stand. Man,
Jeez.
What else don't they allow there?
I like to see the evidence behind that.
It's something about like sugar, the way that they mass produce their bread or something like that. I don't know.
Touchdown.
Bang? I want to say bang.
You didn't give it to him? Are you kidding me? That's
sure.
a touchdown. I'd challenge that.
Yeah, I don't know. I got to see it again. Let's see it. Going up top, he's short. Oh, I don't know. When he comes down, we got to see the knee. We got to see the knee.
He never hits the ground before.
That is a touchdown. There it is. Yep. I see it right there. The head of the ball. Tutty. Review, please. Under 2 minutes. There's no flag. There's no flag. No challenge flag to throw. Yeah, that's a touchdown. Head of the ball breaks the plane. Facts. Big facts.
They call it timeout.
Who called a timeout?
Case.
Okay, well, the clock was running. It's fine. Hey, I wanted the Ravens to do it last week. They didn't do it when they needed time.
Embarrassing.
It was, dude. It really was. And any one of those players in the field can just call a timeout. Like, you don't need the coach to call a timeout. You know what I mean? Like, come on, Lamar. Like, just do whatever you want, man. Be like Aaron Rodgers. When Aaron Rodgers said, like, yeah, I just sometimes I do this. He just taps his head. He's like, sorry, I'm running this one. Like, by the way, I hope you enjoy your only 3 losses, LaFleur. You know, like, I know you've been watching Pat McAfee a lot now.
Oh yeah.
You got Aaron Rodgers there. I think it's every Tuesday. Is it 2 Eastern or 1 Eastern?
I think it's 2.
I've been hearing a ton of Aaron Rodgers dodgeball references. Do you think he just walks around the facilities just like LaFleur? just tossing out random LaFleurs?
I think he's the guy that kind of just like, you walk into a new, like when you're coming in as a freshman and you look at that senior that's just kind of like setting the pace for everybody, saying jokes. Aaron Rodgers is that guy for sure. Like just seeing him on Pat McAfee, it's been really fun to watch and really great insight. He's one of those guys that just doesn't overreact. Like they're like asking, like, "Oh, is Tom Brady done? Is Drew Brees done?" And he's like, "Guys, it's week 2. Like, we got a lot of football to play."
Yeah.
So I love that little insight that we get. He's had a touchdown twice, and they won't challenge it. Like.
That's a touchdown all day, every day. Come on, like that's just ridiculous. They got to be looking at that one for sure. I think my favorite line that of Aaron Rodgers, like his little my favorite take that he's had on Pat McAfee was his first game, the with arms wide open anecdote.
Yeah.
So Creed was playing like a pregame show for the Cowboys the week that Aaron Rodgers wound up coming in and usurping, Brett Favre there. Sorry, usurping, couldn't get it out. He's like, yeah, that song with Arms Wide Open by Creed, it's always had like, kind of like a, I guess not like a special place, but I've always been, fond of them. After that, it was just kind of a cool thing, coming onto the field, hearing that, and that was the game that I wound up taking off. And he referenced Zoolander when he said, he's like, like when Hansel's talking about Sting and Zoolander, and he says, the music he's created over the years, I really don't listen to it. But the fact that he's making it, I respect that. I was dying.
He had great delivery.
It was. I was sitting there. I was like, fuck, this guy is going to be in the booth, hopefully with Pat McAfee on Monday Night Footballs. Like Aaron Rodgers would bring all the legitimacy to Pat McAfee. Have you heard Pat McAfee do the play-by-play for any live NFL games?
I have heard him on like halftime stuff, but I have not heard him.
His Matt Prater call when Matt Prater throws a touchdown, a kicker throwing a touchdown while Pat McAfee is commentating the game. Bro, it was beautiful. I am hungry hippos for McAfee to get in the MNF booth. I mean, if it's not me, it's got to be him. I mean, for real. I mean, I would have a hard time with it because I'd be talking about gambling. They'd kick me off in like 5 minutes. But honestly, I believe that's the world that we're trending in right now. More states are going to continue to make it legal because they're going to see the money that they get back for it. I don't care if it's weed, gambling, whatever it is. If you can make $1 on it, eventually your state's going to do it, right? Me and Nick are sitting here like waiting for Maryland to legalize FanDuel, DraftKings, etc. Poker, yes. We can go into DC. We can make that hike, but do we want to? Not really. Do we want to drive to West Virginia? No, not really. One of these days, I'm going to tag along with you, Emron. I'm going to sneak in the trunk. We don't want to drive to PA to make bets. Like what the hell, man? So I think we're going to continue to see more and more of it. I think when we get like a majority of states to just have it offered, we're just going to see it broadcasted. They're going to be talking about it. You're going to be seeing it on the bottom line of the games, projected new totals, etc. Because once that happens, it really will elevate, the fun you get from gambling for everybody. Like long-term gamblers, people have been doing it forever. Once that happens, they're going to kind of maybe be upset that it's kind of a popular thing to do. Everyone's getting on it, fudging all the numbers. But at the same time, the tools that will be available by broadcasting companies, the NBC, ABC, CBS, ESPN, NFL Network, they're going to play to the tune of the fans, and they're going to start talking that shit up more. So, man, throw that stuff off the shelf.
The one thing that I see happening is you see how there's no fans right now, and there is going to be a change in how the NFL, MLB, NBA, how they all get their money. Right now, the TV contracts, they had to have been signed within the last 2 years, and they were huge contracts.
Yep.
Those contracts are basically like huge discounts for they are the companies, the advertising companies don't have to pay as much as they would be now because there's so much demand and no one's allowed in the stadium.
Mm-hmm.
I think gambling is going to come about when there's an actual change in how the money flows from basically fan to player.
Mm-hmm.
And
Mm-hmm.
I think that gambling will provide an easy way for that money to basically be streamlined into those players' hands. I don't know how to do it. There's people that are smarter than me that do it, but I think that with COVID happening, I think it kind of accelerates the timeline for gambling, even though it's been really slow.
Oh, it's really slow.
But I think it kind of accelerates it because no one can go to the games anymore right now, and I don't think it's going to be something that we can go do within 2 to 3 years. That's just my personal opinion. Not trying to tell anybody anything, but my personal opinion. 2 to 3 years of no revenue. That's a fucking issue.
Oh, it's a big problem. It's a big problem.
Yeah,
I like the concept of putting sports books into these stadiums. I mean, we hate him, Dan Snyder, but I believe he has a license approved for a sports book in Virginia at a field if they can get it there.
Yeah, but Virginia or Maryland won't allow him to build a stadium. That's why he's pressing for Virginia.
It's a bugaboo. It's, again, not a great example, but just like the concept, the idea of it, right? Like, I think that more teams are going to need to do that. And if they do get, limited in the years to come for fans to enter the games and enter the facilities, that's just a way to grab more money. You could have your own team betting app, literally.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But I think there's a lot of things that would convolute that. You have to have like separate parties. You can't have like, the Jets taking props for their Jets players. You know what I mean? Like that gets a little bit fishy. But
they'd run it through FanDuel or DraftKings. I mean, that would
partner with somebody, right?
Yeah, that would just be the intermediary. It's just them. They're basically becoming the house for gambling. And
they should, in my opinion. I really think that they can leverage more value there. If we're going to be losing revenue from the stadiums, from fans and whatnot. Oh, wow, really bad throw by Darnold with 1:20 left on the clock here in the half. Ugh, yeah, that was a bad one. But yeah, I think that teams are going to be seeking that revenue, especially a lot of poor teams, like Cincinnati, the Jags. Not, if they're not putting seats, in the stands regularly, and they don't have a great product in general, what's that going to do for you? Do you even want to bet on these guys? You know what I mean?
Like spoiling getting the first overall pick and not being able to tout it out and get all those ticket revenue. I mean,
yeah, it sucks, man.
You're really dependent on jersey sales.
Yeah, exactly. Shit, the Bengals are this year, but hey, I mean, 60 passing attempts, they'll sell a couple extra jerseys.
Yeah.
Kalen Balaj gets a nice catch there, taking it out of bounds. Third down, Darnold 9 for 16, 102 passing yards. Not going to hit the over tonight. Oh, good catch by Balaj. Not a great throw. They're wasting these beautiful black jerseys, by the way, on the Jets. I love those black jerseys. I think they could have a little bit more green, but like if it was just purely all black in that helmet, I'd be down. I'd be down with it.
I like the white jerseys.
Yeah, the white jerseys could use a little more color too. A little more blue. A little more Bronco blue. Crowder getting smacked out of bounds, but they're going to run it. 3rd and 6, or is that first down? Yeah, first down. Jets got one timeout.
Ghost.
You don't see ghosts when they're tackling you. That's for sure. Oh. Barrios? Hogan.
Jeez.
Hey, I didn't start Barrios, so I didn't start Judy either. But Judy just boomed on one catch. Just one catch.
Yeah, for real.
I mean, you get excited about it if you own him, right? But I'm just more excited about him like breaking out his role into continual weeks with Locke coming back. You know what I mean? Like he shows up like that with Rippon on the field. Man, it gets me a lot more excited for Drew Locke's return, potentially in week 5. All right, we got 34 seconds here. Jets are rolling. Oh, we got an injury timeout. Sorry, I thought we were running the clock. Yeah, we're going to be shutting it down here pretty soon, closing it out at the half. We got 34 seconds here. We'll stay with you while we see if the Jets can finish off their final drive of the half. Looking to tie it up 17-0. You seen enough of this game, Nick? Who do you got? Who's gonna take the rest of it? Or do you want to finish it out? We'll take that. See if the Jets get it.
I'm gonna do from what I'm seeing, Broncos.
Yeah, Broncos still look like the more disciplined team. Harris is yelling at somebody over there. He's laughing, so he's having somewhat of a good time. One of my guys needs. Wait, what? Did I read that right? Oh, dang. One of my guys took, what was it? MG3, Melvin Gordon, to get 2 touchdowns in a Broncos win.
Ooh.
Says, I need 1 more. I feel you, buddy. I feel you. Shout out Driscoll. Shout out Jake Driscoll. Looking for that double touchdown and the Broncos win.
I got the Melvin Gordon anytime touchdown.
Bang! I still think Melvin Gordon's going to hit his receiving prop over 21.5 yards. I think he still gets that. All right, Darnold, 1st and 10, 34 seconds on the clock at at the Broncos 20. Let's see what we get here. Darnold delivers. Bad ball behind the receiver in double coverage. Don't love it. Gets another couple throws here. 29 on the clock. They still have a timeout. So they're going to get 3 shots at the zone for sure. Gase can't mess this one up. I mean.
All right, guys, you're going to run the ball 3 times.
No, it's just going to be 3 bad passes. That was 1. Let's see what we get for number 2.
Darnold's accuracy is just not there compared to Brett Rippon, at all.
Could be Gase, as you were alluding to, just the playbook. Or the weapons Darnold has. I mean, not very good. Pass interference, are they going to call it? I thought I saw a defender have a hand on Hogan's back, but another player fucking hurt. Jesus. Is that Bradley Chubb now? So let's see this play here. In the end zone, little cut there by Hogan. I saw a grab. Did you see that? Little grab. Bradley Chubb. Hey, man, I don't know what penalties are anymore. Don't ask me. That looks clean, but that they didn't show him. Now we got guys fighting. Guys, come on. Come on.
Guys, you guys are fighting for the first overall pick. You guys aren't fighting for the W, okay?
Really? I mean, come on. I really want to see the Broncos win this one, actually, because I would like to see the Broncos have a successful season. I want to see these guys roll. Already lost Sutton. Locke's out. Lindsey's out. Lindsey's a guy that could be really coming in to help you out. I know you have him on that team with Gaskin and Gore. Well, I mean, they've been taking care of him. They could have rushed him back tonight. They didn't. You know, they were talking about playing him tonight. They don't need to. Short week. It's the Jets. They're already up right now. Even if the Jets tied up, it's been a respectable matchup for the Broncos with a 3rd-string quarterback or whatever, 2nd string. Bortles ain't coming in anytime soon. I'll tell you that much. I don't like these throws by Darnold. You referenced Lamar Jackson's that bullet throw. These are the same thing. You know, like what we're seeing, like these, they're just like straight hard throws. There's no loft. There's no touch. How are you going to expect your guy to go up and make a play when you're just like lining it in there?
Well, with this one, I think what he was trying to do was a back shoulder pass, but Hogan did not get enough separation.
Wrong shoulder.
Like it just wasn't there. Oh, sweet. I might hit my I'm looking real good on
this sucks. Come on. Man, the Jets are bad. We're looking at 30 points here to close out the half if Ficken can hit this. Ficken hits it. We got 16 seconds left on the clock. I don't think the Broncos try to do much. Don't ask the backup QB to try to go down the field and do much of anything.
The backup of the backup QB.
Yeah, let's put Bortles in there.
Anytime touchdown for Bortles?
Maybe if no, I was gonna say we could have said this if Flacco was still in the game. We could be like, oh, if Flacco gets hurt, Bortles can just go over there and play anytime QB. 27-40 since Peyton Manning. Ouch.
Oh, shit.
Ouch. So is it Elway or is it Manning? Come on. Like, how long do you get to keep that job?
I don't think we'll ever hear that John Elway was fired. I think we'll hear that John Elway decided to step away from the game.
Whatever.
I think that's how it would work.
Whatever. What, because it's the Broncos?
Yeah, absolutely.
Whatever. It's dumb. I like some of the players that have come through there. I mean, I really love me some Noah Fant and Jerry Jeudy. I'll tell you that for sure. I don't knock them for drafting those guys.
Seriously, John Elway has done.
You guys are big high on was it Alex O? You're really high on him, right?
Albert O.
O.
Yeah, he hasn't really gotten in, but he is someone that can do well.
Mm-hmm.
John Elway, I feel, has done well everywhere on the team, except offensive line and quarterback. That's where I think his real bugaloos are.
Yeah.
He drafted Garrett Bowles, who was
Tebow got him a playoff win, didn't he?
Oh man, Elway hated Tebow, dude. He was like, "How the fuck did you get me this man? Like, you were supposed to lose, so I can just easily just cut you and you ride off into the sunset with your praying and stuff."
They drafted him in the first round, 25th pick.
I don't know,
or maybe it was 12th.
I don't know who did that, man. It was 21st, something like that, 22nd. But anyway,
first round pick. So yeah, the Broncos are taking this one to the locker room. First round, 25th overall. Yeah. Oh, golly. Siblings, Robbie, Tebow. At least Tim got the better name. All right. So we got the Broncos here at the half, 17-13 lead. We're going to shut it down. This was TITTH number 51. Take it to the Hizzy. Who you got for the rest of the game? Broncos?
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to take the Broncos too. They have the lead. I think they do get the ball back. We'll see about that. I'm not 100%, but they've just looked like the better team. Like that deep shot from Judy. That was nice. Would like to see Melvin Gordon get a little bit more. Who do you want to see close it down strong here, Nick?
I need Frank Gore to get some rushing yards.
You need Frank Gore to score a fucking touchdown. That's what you need.
A touchdown, maybe a long run, maybe a couple receptions. I just need you to turn back time, Frank Gore.
Something. I could use some Noah Fant action. I got Noah Fant. I got Noah Fant in fantasy. I'd like to see him find pay dirt if possible. So we'll see what we can get. Hopefully we helped you guys out today. We will see you on Sunday for week 4. This is Take It to the Hizzy, Fantasy Football. We'll see you.
See you guys.